So, in the last session of Ritual Cast, we had a whole lot of shit. Well, not a lot of shit happened, but still a lot of shit happened. You all returned back from your encounter.
It was a concentrated amount of shit.
Feces. There was a lot of feces at one time.
You all made it back from your encounter with the sharks, hauling some of that shark back to back to town and selling it to make some coin. After which you went to meet Uala the Ram.
I'm so poor.
You were told about the. Oh, you were offered the contract.
No, we done that.
It's been a while. Yeah. You spoke to Uala. There was a contract offered, and you decided to take some time to ponder the implications. You summoned Issa to speak to him and get a better understanding of what you had learned and what might be.
Is there a cooldown on summoning Issa? We'll do that here.
That's a plan.
Yeah, we just talked
if you
to
got the
Issa
spell,
about-
you can certainly try.
Issa.
Yeah, the spell summon Issa.
That's in my monk spell list.
Yeah, it's in your monk spell list. And after the conversation with Issa, Issa sort of started getting a little bit drunker than he would have wanted, dropped his guard a little bit, and revealed a few things to you about the fact that Uala the Ram was probably, the weakest link in the chain that was the Trade Council here in Tomston. And then after he left, you guys decided to sort of have a bit more of a conversation about what to do with this contract that could potentially wipe off a large chunk of your debt to Gaston Valier. And in the middle of said conversation, there was a surprise treant that seemed to come out of nowhere and just cause or wreak a lot of havoc, which you people dispatched.
I mean, you people.
You guys dispatched of the treants.
That's something against green and blue people?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all just green and blue
Yeah,
now.
you guys are all green and blue.
Yeah.
Get your drink bottle. Damn it.
Got rid of those weird pink flesh.
Yeah.
Flesh color.
Anyway, you all dispatched a treant quite easily, but there was a bit of a fallout from a treant appearing inside the inn.
Weird how that happens.
There were 2 people that were killed, and you all went to, Mason rather, went to give back to their families. That night, after speaking to Lux and noticing that she's not in a very good mood, as you can imagine, Mara seemingly disappeared. Nobody knows where. And later that night, early in the morning, Callian and Mason managed to sneak away to deal with the trial that Callian was meant to participate in. In the morning, finding all of your party seemingly vanished, Ophelia and Hessel decided to talk to Lux and so try and figure out where these people might have gone. And that's kind of where we ended the last session, with Callian and Mason underwater, having made their way through a dungeon of sorts, only to find themselves in a room with these large stone blocks which seem to react to some form of divination magic. As soon as the magic was cast, as soon as the blocks were activated, so to speak, the room was swarmed. What seemed to be a shadowy figure appeared from that side. So here's the room here. A shadow figure appeared from that side. You saw 2 glowing balls of light start to appear from this side here, and 3 what seemed to be drowned librarians from the look of it, crawled out from.
You didn't mention that they were librarians.
Yeah.
Can we see bookworms crawling around?
Ew.
They seem to crawl out of the water that you guys came from and make their way over to you. So we've pre-rolled initiative. We're going to start with the two of you today.
And it probably won't matter during the fight, but remember we have enhanced ability strength on us at the moment.
Cool.
So it's
And
giving you
Mason has a
flat-
level of exhaustion.
It's giving you flat.
That's
checks,
correct.
Right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've pre-rolled initiative, and as this whole thing kicks off, those blocks are currently floating. As you cast
So that's the ones with the symbols on them, yeah?
Yep, that's the ones with the
Double
symbols on them.
checking with the layout from the other day. The top of this was the doors at the top of the room.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah. So top of that is the
So
doors.
it's fine.
Not going to help me. I never understood the symbols.
Cool. All right. So
Just for where we need to shift the blocks when we're not in mortal danger.
That one just
at
comes,
the
like,
start of the round,
I'll let you figure it out.
cool. You see as these blocks have shifted and all of these things have entered the room, and you start to look around. You see these two little balls of light just start to, and you see them both vanish.
Oh.
You see them.
That helps. That's already part one of the plan.
So
Go on.
they will use that and move.
They have range attacks.
Yes, I do know that.
Help him.
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna be fair.
They don't. It's a 5-foot reach.
Is it? I thought it was a range attack.
It's a 5-foot reach.
Now they have range attacks just because you've spoken it into being.
That's fine. So they're gonna move. And then these things are gonna fucking move. You see them go 5, 10, 15, 10, 15,
Uh-oh.
10, 15, 25,
Damn, they're attracted
30.
to you.
What did you do?
So the three librarian things, the
like that camera.
undead librarian drowned looking creatures,
librarian.
they start to slowly shamble over to you, and they arrange themselves in that order, and they're going to make attacks against you.
Hey, you still wearing your belly
Roll
robes?
advantage.
No, probably not. I wasn't. I haven't been wearing it for a while.
Okay. So you see them sort of reach out with their claws to swipe at you. So 3 attacks. First attack against you is 24 to hit. And second attack is 14 to hit.
Nope.
Cool. And the third attack from the other guy is an actual 20.
Brilliant.
That one hits as well, I think.
Nah, misses.
So 2 of them.
I actually have adamantine skin.
That's what the green is, right?
Okay. So the first attack. Oh, sorry, no, not that one. That's D6. Take 7 points of piercing damage from the first one. And then from the second one, you're going to take 10, 13 points of piercing damage from the second one as both of these
That's a
things.
nat 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as both of these just start to claw at your robes, and you feel their sort of brittle nails break in the open wounds, and the third one just sort of reaches out and misses.
Where those nails are broken off, you can definitely see blood starting to seep through Mason's clothes, through his shirt.
Ooh, no.
Yep. Cool. So that's their turns. Mason, you're up.
Did you get hurt last?
Yep.
A little bit,
No.
but like
He took a bit of
that was
damage.
20 points of damage. So like,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Plan not good. Okay. First off, I'm going to. They didn't hurt that much. There's just a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my action to attack the big shadowy thing because that's scary.
Cool.
I'm going to attack that
Roll
twice.
to hit.
Ouch. Puncture.
That'll hit. That's a 19 plus
Yep.
my modifier.
That'll hit.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
You can indeed.
Sorry, we're already going off plan.
Yep, that's fine. That is fine.
15.
He saves.
Cool.
So for that attack, I'm punching him. So it's only this. Nice. That's 9 points of damage.
Cool. Oh yeah, that's right. You're magic. Your fists are magical.
Ghost punch.
Yep. Ghost
And
magic.
then
Puncher.
second attack is terrible. Misses. So what?
What'd you roll?
9.
Yeah,
total.
that misses.
It was
Yeah.
3 plus.
Yeah. The
So-
second, as you go to hit, you see it just sort of as your fist goes through.
Alrighty, then what I'm
whatever
going
was
to
there.
do is I'm going to use my bonus action to use Step of the Wind.
Yep.
And I'm going to what's it called? Disengage with it because it lets me take my disengage action
Yep.
as a bonus action. So I'm going to disengage,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to move round to the far side of the block. That way.
That one.
Yep, the far side of it.
So on that side.
Look directly opposite it because I want to push it through them if I can.
Ah, okay. Cool. Yep. So you go 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep.
And then I'm just going to try and like go up against it and then use the rest of my movement to just push it with all my might and just keep running straight through them.
Cool. So how much movement would you use? 5, 10, 15, 20. What's your total movement? 40?
45.
Sweet. So you can move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can move it into that space
Sure, I'll do that.
there. Okay. Make a... Oh, well, I'll get those things to make a strength save.
Is it floating?
It
It is floating.
It is floating.
It's floating, but it's still got mass, so you can kind
Yeah.
of like.
What do you want the DC to be? Or do you want to do contested?
Actually, yeah, you roll an athletics check, and I will get them to roll a strength save against that as a DC.
You have extra, right? With strength?
I have a flat because I have disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's balls. What is that? Athletics?
Yep.
14.
That is your
14?
classic
Cool.
athletics roll.
So
Nine.
they
Oh,
need to.
15.
So they need to be.
It is my
Yeah, it's
classic
usually
roll.
roll 9. Yeah.
So they need to roll a 15 to
not bad.
pass. So I'll roll for 2 of them.
It's okay.
So one of them rolled a 16, 19, and one of them rolled a 13, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do you roll a
I
15?
rolled 14.
Sweet. So that one is prone, and you can roll a d6 for damage.
5 points of damage.
So we'll say that one is prone, as you push the block.
Yeah.
So Mason's
it-
over there now.
Yeah, it seems to move almost like it moves almost effortlessly. Like you're not dragging it or anything. But as you push it, just
Can I use my movement to push it and stay there, or can
Oh,
I
well.
move along with it?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just sort of floating, almost anti-gravity like. The block gets pushed, and this one ducks. This one sort of moves out the way effectively. As that block there is now
Is that where that one's meant to go?
on that space.
Other side.
Oh, okay. I'm just playing one of those like slide games.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool.
I mean, it's halfway to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever played 2048?
Yeah.
Yeah. like
Sweet.
that.
So that's a 10.
Yeah, it's my turn.
You just need to match them up. And
Callian.
do a bigger number.
Alright, Mason already looking kind of bad. I'm gonna shift over to Mason.
Cool. So you just 5, 10.
Ooh, the block's still floating?
Yep. All blocks are still floating.
There's an action to move the blocks, as there wasn't it? Was
Well, it's an action to get them to float. From there, it's depending on how well you rolled. It uses movement, whether it's dragging or just normal pushing.
Can I take that block next to me then?
Yep.
And chuck that in the space next to Mason as I head towards him?
There?
Yeah.
Okay,
So just take me and the block over to its...
So you step over here to push the block, and as you do, you get zapped as this thing appears here.
Oh.
And so...
Good, I wanted to move closer to them anyway.
Spell attack. That is a 9 to hit, so I'm assuming that misses.
No.
Yeah, you see it just sort of... As it starts to almost... You see it sort of parts, the light parts slightly, and you can see a small little void in the middle of it that seems to be...
Oh, that's not good.
And you step out of the way, and you seem to miss it. Yeah, it seems to miss you. Cool. You're pushing the block into there.
Yes.
Oh shoot, he had advantage.
He hit it. Oh, good.
He's invisible.
Yeah, because the other one's invisible there. Sorry.
They're both
Both invisible, so they get advantage anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah, that one will hit because it's a 17 plus 4.
Oof. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
So instead, it doesn't miss, and you feel just it's some sort of essence just start to leave you, and you feel this chill. You
That's
take
not a
9.
Oh no.
You take 9 points of lightning damage. Yeah, technically lightning. Mechanically, it's lightning damage, but you feel a chill as the ends of your fingers and stuff start to get numb and cold.
So it's like necrotic lightning.
Sure. Cool. Yep. And you're pushing that over there?
Yeah.
Sweet. So you do. And that moves perfectly fine in front of Mason. And that's the spot it's meant to be in. Yeah. I believe so. Let me just double check. I trust you, but I will double check. Yes. Cool. You see, as it gets there, it just like almost like a magnet. Yeah, just hits the ground. And you see the sort of edges of the block get this sort of gold filigree.
Cool.
Sweet.
And I was following along with that.
So you go 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
So you take another attack of opportunity as you leave that space.
Thought I might.
So that is 11, 15 to hit.
No.
Nice.
This one just you miss. So it misses and you get out of the way.
I'm running out of key points as well.
Cool.
For my action,
Key points.
I am casting heroism on both of us.
Cool. You cast.
No good for me, yeah. What
Cool.
does that do?
So we both get 4 temporary health that refreshes at the start of your turn.
Oh my lord.
Sweet.
Praise Jesus.
And
It's like
I'll
something to do with fear, right, as well.
yeah, and you can't be frightened,
Cool, I like that.
which
Cool.
I don't know if that applies here, but
Okay.
and then I will inspire as well for my bonus action.
Cool. You got
One
inspiration.
down, 4 to go.
Sweet. You got inspiration.
So
You
D6.
you see Callion appear there. Block comes into place, and there's just this shimmering as you feel bolstered to take on these things. Cool. That's the end of your turn?
Yep.
Cool. You see the shade start to be drawn to this beacon of
Shiny.
shiny. 5, 10. It's just gonna chill there. Yeah, it's gonna chill there. And it's going to reach out to towards your neck. So what do? You do that.
He
Cool.
just looks intimidating.
Yeah, he does.
Scary.
21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right, that's like.
no, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you didn't get to that.
I didn't get myself.
So you
healed back.
take
Oh, shoot.
7 points of necrotic damage as this thing's hand sort of sinks through, passes through your neck, and as it does, you see it sort of pull some more of the sort of wispy white essence out. And
That's a great start.
you lose 3 points of strength. You as it drains this essence from you, you can see it sort of holding it in its hand. This sort of wispy white material that seems to be flowing. You lose 3 points of strength. You feel
And other good news, that
incredibly
was a
weak.
nat 1 on my concentration check.
Oh no, heroism drops. Isn't enhanced ability also concentration?
Yes, that would have faded.
Cool. Sweet. That's the shadow spirit.
This is not good.
Back up to the top, it is the wisps.
Thankfully, I hadn't used my related endurance yesterday. Thank God.
The wisps are going to make their way over.
Oh, well, that saved 4 of my health, at the very least, so that's something.
So that wisp is going to get there.
Yeah.
And this one is going to go 5, 10, 15, because it can't get all the way around. So the wisps are going to attack you and you. So the first one...
I don't think kiting is an option.
No.
yeah. Well, both of them just get one no advantage. So that's 18 to hit on you. Cool. And on Callian, that's 17 to hit on Callian.
Miss.
Nice.
I'm glad it's that way around.
Yeah.
The 17 would have hit me anyway.
No, it didn't hit me.
You take 8 points of lightning damage as you see this thing just devour more of your life force, and that cold sets in.
You need that.
Yeah, you need that.
Life force. You need life force to live.
Life needs life.
Life
force
needs
to
life force.
Life needs life to life.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Y'all seen the Dark Crystal?
How much did that do?
the
No. 8.
the zombos.
Zombo.
This one's gonna stand up with half its movement and go
So you want 78.
5, 10, 15
That's a bad
into
place
that
to be.
corner.
Oh, corner's good.
There.
Wait, is the... Okay, no, he's not standing on the block.
He's not standing on the block. There's not enough space above the block for something to stand above it.
Right.
So
Because it's quite low ceiling, right?
yeah, it's this one's gonna go 5,
Oh, it's
10,
big in the corner.
5, 10, 15.
Just reduces advantages.
So yeah, but neither of those get advantage on you. That one gets advantage on you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Some kind of like Nova.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like fireball.
Yeah. So this
If I-
attack against you.
You need to move it like real bad.
13, 18. 18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 hits.
Cool. The other two attacks against you.
Wait,
It's the other way around.
it's 2 against him, 1 against me.
Oh, sorry. So that's 18 to hit on you.
Uh-huh.
And then the 2 against you are 22 and 14.
22 hits.
Roll that first attack again, because it has advantage to attack me.
I did roll with advantage.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Cool. So,
So 1 on each.
Yep. So D6. So it's, for you, that's 4 points of piercing damage as its claws start to. And then for you, that's total of 2. No, one of them missed in it.
Yes.
One of them missed. Yeah, one
Okay.
was a 14.
So that's 2. 5 points of piercing damage as just start these undead hands just reach out and grab you by the shoulder and try to start ripping. Cool. That's their turns. It is now Mason.
Shit. I'm going to. You hurt, but you hurt more. Zappy Man hurts more, so I'm going to turn and punch Mr. Zapson.
Mr. Zapson. Rolled hit.
That is a 23.
23 hits.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. So that's a 6.
Fail. Stunned.
Cool.
Hey. All right.
That one's stunned.
So I'm in contact with just one zombie, and that's
Correct.
All, or
That's one zombie on that
one
side.
round.
Don't
Yeah.
forget your damage.
Yeah. So damage against that guy is 5.
Yep. 5 points of damage.
I'm going to.
Yeah. As you hit it, your hand does pass through it, but there is some sort of substance in the middle of this light that you managed to hit.
I'm going to punch the drowned man.
Cool. Punch the drowned man.
That is a 17.
That will hit.
That'll hit.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So that is 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
Save my key points. So.
You punch him and his head just sort of slams up against the wall behind to he sort of reacts to it, but he's dead. So
There's 5 foot space on this side of the.
on the
block?
zombie.
My side of the block.
There is.
So I
Yeah,
can-
you could clamber into that space. I would say it'd be difficult terrain to get there just because
Pushing-
of the
can I-
big block and then
Can I,
there's
can I push through the wisp space?
yeah, you can. It'll make a athletics check against you.
It's stunned.
Oh no, it's stunned. That's right. So yeah, you
So
can push
I
through.
want to push to the other side of the wisp.
Okay, you take an attack of opportunity from Zombo. With a not with advantage.
no.
Wisp is stunned.
Okay.
Wisp is stunned. That's a 9 to hit.
Misses.
Cool.
I'm going to use my third attack against that wisp.
The stunned wisp or the other one?
The other one.
Cool.
I don't think that's going to hit. Oh, it's a 17. I'm going to roll my inspiration anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a 19.
That'll hit. Just.
Yeah. And so he needs to make another con save.
Con save.
Well, he needs to make a con save.
Fail with a 2.
Stunned.
Cool.
Nice.
2 wisps are stunned.
So-
Damage.
It takes 4 points of damage.
Cool.
Just
two wisps are stunned.
Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Do I have enough movement to move round to be
Flank a wisp.
to flank the shade?
5, 10, 15, 20. Yes, you do.
I'm gonna go there.
Cool. They're both stunned, so you don't take any opportunity attacks. Yep.
I'm going to use Flurry of Blows.
Mm-hmm.
So I get one more attack.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack the shade.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. 12.
That hits just.
That hits.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my last key point. Roll a con save.
Here we go.
He's stunned.
Yep.
3 for 3.
Nice.
And that's 6 points of damage.
Yep. As you hit it, and the key sort of pulses from your hand and it just disperses the shade. It's dead.
Oh shit.
Cool.
Do I have any more movement left?
You moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you've got
Can I get back to flanking that wisp?
30, 35, 40, 45?
Yeah, there.
Yep, sweet. Yeah, you can.
I'll take an attack of opportunity.
That's correct. From the Zombo. 13?
No.
Cool. That swings and misses.
That was as well as that round could have gone.
Yeah.
That's a good round. Callian.
I'm gonna attack the wisp that's between us.
Yeah, do it.
You had an advantage anyway, but...
That is a soft 20.
214. That'll hit.
14.
Nice.
Smite.
Cool. Go for it.
First level smite.
And because of the type of creature this is,
Yeah.
do you get an additional?
Is it undead?
Yep, it is undead.
Hey.
More dice.
Mhm.
More
Buttons
dice.
are working properly at the moment.
More dice. High five.
It's pretty good.
That's good damage.
It's nice. I like it.
Do I need to break regular damage off from magical resistant?
Yeah, so bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical is...
Yeah. So that is. That is 9
Okay.
non-magical
halves to 4.
and 12 radiant.
Yeah, you slice through it, and your blade passes through, but as it's passing through, there's a flash of green at the end of your blade, and this wisp just disperses and is dead.
I will attack the other wisp.
Cool.
Advantage.
So it's advantage because it's stunned. That's not as good. 16.
16.
Just miss.
Misses.
Yep.
So you swing, and this thing just darts around your... Oh, no, it doesn't. It's stationary, but you sort of just miss.
Yep.
Misses.
You missed
Twitches.
the chunky bit.
Yeah, it
Yep.
twitches in space, and you miss. Cool. That's your turn.
That's my turn.
Cool. Back up to the top. The Wisp's turn. Wisp's gonna make a con save. No, it doesn't. It just doesn't get a turn. It's stunned.
Yep.
Cool. And then on initiative count 20, you see appearing from this wall and that wall.
One wisp, one shade.
One wisp, one shade. You see another one of those little balls of light just appear, as well as a shade coming in from there, just into that space through the wall.
Got to solve the puzzle.
So
That won't hit the ground now, will I?
that is correct. The stones hit the ground. That one stays glowing with
Yep.
the symbol, but the rest of them just hit the ground
Yep.
where they are. Cool. That's good. Thanks for the reminder. I had totally spaced on that.
You're welcome.
But yeah. Cool. Zombo's turns. So that one is going to take a step here. I'll give you half cover from that, but just because the angle that it's attacking you at, and
Okay.
then this one is going to move here.
Yep.
And that one's going to stay where it is. So 3 Zombos attack you. 2 of them have advantage. Those 2 have advantage. That's
stunned.
stunned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So those 2 have advantage. You have half cover. So you got half cover from this first step. 23
How much is half cover go?
plus 2.
No. Hits.
And the other one is 19 to hit.
Hits.
So 2 hits. Take a total of 13 points of damage as both of these things reach out, grab you, like between where your armor is tied up, and you feel their nails start to just break skin.
God, get a manicure.
Yeah. Cool. So that's them, and the third one is just going to attack you normally. That one's a miss for 11.
Yep.
That one just starts clawing at your armor, with no avail. It is your turn.
Seeing these things appear again over my shoulder, my thought is we're not going to win that way. I'm going to turn to Kelly and say, what are we doing? They've just come back.
We're gonna have to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
Behind you, to the middle.
So I'll spin around and see the one
Yep.
there.
The block back there.
Yeah.
It's currently just a grey stone block that's sitting on the ground.
And I can see the hole in the middle where it should go.
Yep, you can see that little spot there.
I'm going to move over to the stone.
5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, 20. So are you going around to the corner or?
Is there... How wide is the stone?
5. It's 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot.
Awesome. I'm just going to stay on this side.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my action to attempt to make it float. Will it to move?
Oh, that's good. I couldn't remember whether or not you needed to cast a spell or if it was the willing.
The Willing of Wisps. Charisma.
Yeah, make a charisma check.
Six.
You attempt to just sheer force of will move this thing, and it just doesn't move. Nothing happens. Yep.
None of these things are things I can do without key points.
Cool. That's your action.
I have no bonus actions I can do.
Sweet.
I'm going. Fuck, I just said K in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm going to move to
Might be right.
the other side of the block.
Cool.
I'm just gonna go there.
Just corner?
Yeah,
Cool.
and that's it. That's my turn.
Sweet. Hallian, you're up.
Alright. First things first, I am going to bonus action for Mantle of Inspiration. So I will sparkle and we get 5 temporary hit points each.
Cool. What's the range on it?
30 feet.
They're just outside. Mesa's just outside.
You have to move 5
You gotta move 5 feet this way.
through the whatever that is.
You will take an attack of opportunity
Yeah.
from him if you do so.
I will take that attack of opportunity.
Sweet. So you step back and sparkle.
Before I step back, can I try to do my action on that block?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
see if it works on just that block.
Cool. So you will it to move. Make a.
How you smell?
Please work. Please work. Please work.
18.
18. Yeah, so with 18, as you try to will it to move, you see it start to lift, but then also just
Yeah.
the runes have disappeared from the faces of the block.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What happens with the other ones?
But do the other ones lift as the...
No. Because if you remember, you tried to charisma to move just the one block, but when you cast that spell, all of them lifted.
I thought it was...
Charisma.
I thought it was charisma, all of them lifted.
Yeah.
Because it started when I
Pretty
cast
sure.
the spell.
Yeah.
Reveals the runes. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad. Yes, all of them do. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So as you...
Like,
The rest of
what?
them
No,
lift as
yeah,
well?
yeah. So the rest of them lift. So
thank
as you
fuck.
cast it, so it was 18, you said?
Yes.
Cool, yeah. So they just all lift, except for that one.
And then I will move back a square,
Cool. Yeah, you move back a square.
taking an opportunity attack.
Yep, opportunity attack
I like this
with
plan.
advantage. And you got half guard from this, so that's a 16.
Misses.
Sweet.
And then I will do my Mantle of Inspiration.
Sweet. You
Yay.
sparkle, and there is.
And you gain 10
Yep.
and can use your reaction to move your speed.
Cool.
Yep. I'm going to use my reaction
Yeah.
to move that one there. It's in the corner to the middle.
Yep.
Does it move regular speed?
Yep.
Do I move at regular speed?
Regular
How many feet do I move?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
No, because I don't have to stand this. I only move 20.
Yeah, because he's not going into that space.
I move 5 feet less.
Yeah. So this
Five.
moves 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 20.
You said 25.
Sorry. Yeah, it moves 20.
Okay. I'm then going to move. So I'm following it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're there.
Pushed it through.
And then I'm going to move to the block that's... Where did the one that's over the side have to go?
Where you just left.
Okay. That's not helpful.
Note, that's the only block that has a symbol on it at the moment.
Yeah.
And when that got into the space, it didn't do the whole magnetize and guild.
Man, it'd be really cool if you had someone with you who could light up symbols that were.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It really is a shame. So it would have been nice.
Divination spells got the symbols up. When you cast a divination spell, symbols lit up,
Oh, so
and the charisma is just to move the blocks. This is information you have from doing your experimentation with the last session.
oh, super.
So yeah, those are the two things. There's two mechanics here at play. One is the divination spell, which
Yeah, lights
up the symbols.
Okay, that's right.
And then the charisma or the will, you have to will it to move the blocks.
Irrespective of that, I don't know what the fuck's going on anyway. I'm just moving shit to where I'm told.
Yep.
I'm going to move
Delivery boy.
to the one that's right in front of me.
That one?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
So I've moved
40.
40 feet. I'm going to grab it because I can. I'm just going to grab either side of it.
Yep.
And I'm just going to take a step back.
Cool. You take a step back with the box. Sweet. Take it.
That's my return. That's
Sweet.
my reaction.
Oh, that's your reaction. That's right.
And I will use my reaction to move my speed towards those two blocks in the corner without taking opportunity attacks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, or do you want to go around that way? Because there's currently no space for you to stand behind that block.
Grab it and move it.
Are they hard up against each other?
Yeah, they are.
And hard up against the wall?
Yeah. So there's pretty much just that much amount of space because they're 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot. So take up that entire space. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've now moved 20 feet.
So I'm...
You've got another 10 feet of movement. You did see Mason grab it and move, which is just...
Yeah. I want to just push the front block off that square.
So just there?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then just
five.
grab the one against the wall and...
And pull. Sweet, yeah. And you do so. It doesn't stick, but it doesn't do the whole magnetized thing,
yeah.
but it's
So that's 25 feet I've moved to get
25
there.
feet, yeah.
And then I'll use my movement in my last 5 feet.
Actually, hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
30. Then I'll just use the rest of my movement. I'll grab that block. And I'm just going to...
That one?
Yeah.
So
You gotta move.
I'll move around. Yeah.
So how much speed do you have?
So I haven't used my movement yet.
Ah, okay, cool. That was your
That was all
reaction.
my
Okay,
reaction.
so then,
I got
okay.
25 feet. That's remember you walked 5 feet away first.
Right, yes I did, yeah.
So now when you move, you will take opportunity attacks,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Cool. Where are you moving to? Corner
I'm
there?
right next to a shade now, am I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
It's difficult. It's right
Yeah,
up
yeah,
against the
yeah.
camera.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can't- We can't see anything.
Yeah, no.
No, yeah, it's just a... Yeah, because it's smaller mini, that's alright. Yeah, that's fine. So I will shift around and...
Shift around that way or the other around this way?
I'll go to the wall, yeah, and just push.
Cool. So 5, 10.
Yeah.
And that's when you take the opportunity attack from the shade.
I thought you couldn't get attacks of opportunity.
Only when I'm moving with my
That's
reaction.
an 18 to hit.
18 is my AC.
So that hits.
Yep, that'll hit.
Throwing shade.
You take
That's not a good place, nope.
12 points of necrotic damage. And
What you at? Those temp hit points would have.
as it grabs your shoulder as you go, you see it sort of rip off another section for 4 points of strength damage.
Damn, he's hitting hard for that.
Yeah. I rolled a 3 and a 4 for that one.
It's just like withering.
Yeah, and as and Mason, you can see Callian as every time the shade grabs a chunk off of him, you see that part of him just start to wrinkle and wither and just necrosis start to take it.
I feel like me or Ophelia would be
Dead.
at this stage.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
Our strength is down.
That's like
yeah.
7
Yeah.
points of strength damage.
I'm down half my strength, and I'm down at a quarter health.
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking fantastic. But then I'll use
You're doing better than
all
I
the
am.
rest of my movement to just push that block.
Where are you taking it?
I will take it forward.
So So you moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then you bump up
That's
against
all
that.
it's got. That's all it's
So
got.
I'll just-
I've got 25.
25?
Yep.
Cool.
I'll just move 20 because otherwise Mason can't grab that.
Cool. 20. Sweet. You're there.
And then move 5 feet to the wall.
Cool. 5 feet to the wall. Done. That's done.
Just slam
Yep.
my fingers in between them. It's fine.
Sweet.
I don't need those.
After your turn,
Hard work.
I can punch with stumps.
the shade having gotten a taste for
The knuckles.
taste whatever it is that your essence is made of comes after you. 5, 10, 15. And it's going to make an attack. 18 plus 4.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, man, these are some good rolls.
That's
Feel it.
6 points of necrotic damage.
Better.
That's better.
Better.
And
Roll a 1.
roll a 2.
Better than a 4.
Yeah, and as it grabs yet again, there's this. Yeah, you can see around his neck. It's just all like it. The green is turned to like a sickly brown, like withering
Like withering,
leaves.
like a tree.
Yeah, and you've lost your arm feels.
I'm finally weaker than Ophelia.
Yeah. Your arm feels almost like too heavy to lift, and you can.
My strength is a 7.
So I
and then-
just got weaker than Ophelia.
Yeah, and then there's now a sort of dead numbness around your around the side of your torso as he's just grabbed.
Yep.
Cool. So that's his turn.
Bad.
Back up to the top. It's the wisps.
They have their turns again.
Yes, they do. So they're gonna go to 5, 10, 15, and this guy doesn't like that you stunned him, so he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just a minute. So I'll go 50 feet. 35.
I'm in danger.
So both these wisps are going to attack you with
Yep.
advantage. So
Take a
first
look.
one, and plus 14.
Nope.
Second one, 18.
Yep.
Cool, so that one hits. 10 points of lightning damage as it just consumes more of your life essence.
You add the 5 camp.
Ouch. But half of that damage, probably.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's that.
Yep.
Cool. And then, so that's their turns. And now it's the Zombos.
I have a question for Dan.
Yes.
Do these stones stay floating until the beginning of Kellyan's next turn?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so it is the Zombos' turns.
Yeah.
And they're gonna move.
Yeah.
So they're gonna move 5, 10, 15. This one's gonna go. Where is it?
I think you'll have to disengage and
30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Someone's coming after you. So we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Action dash to get into melee with you. Oh, yeah. That's pretty much the only place you can go. Alright, cool.
2 attacks.
Yeah, so.
1 each.
Yeah, 1 each. None of them have advantage on you.
No.
Yeah. So, Callian, that's probably a miss with a 12. That misses.
Nice.
And Mason, that is 18.
Yeah.
The big hits always seem to go.
Yeah.
It's fine because my AC is the worst of the two of us. It would hit him as well,
Yeah.
but it,
So that's 3.
Yeah.
So 6 points of piercing damage as it just claws into you again. Cool. That's their turns. Mason, you're up.
how do I big brain this?
Yeah, have to disengage.
Yeah, I think so. I could just hope.
Well, you've got at least 4 opportunity attacks.
I could hope. I can start getting religious now. And they don't have them.
I guess the question is your action better spent on anything else other than not getting hit?
if I dash, I think I can get all of them into place. I can get the last 2 into place, and then Callie can just drop them.
You could try it.
Like the thing is it's either if I can get them all into place, then we can finish this round. If I can't, we have to last a whole other round for both of us.
That's true.
So that's the gamble.
Yep.
But if I go down, we're fucked either way. But if I don't do it, you get hurt.
It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah. I'm going to.
If you had a coin, would you flip it?
No. I'm just gonna send it because that's what I feel like Mason would do. He'd just try and be fast and get out of the way. So what the plan is to dash.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to grab the block,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take it to the spot that it needs to go in.
Here's the thing, because we've set a precedent before. You have moved a block without moving from your space.
Yes.
So you can
Just
effectively
shunt
move
him.
this.
Oh, yeah.
But it still
and
took my movement.
It'll take your movement, yes. It'll take up some of your movement, but you can move this 5, 10,
It
15,
doesn't need to go
Actually,
through, though.
you could.
or wherever.
I mean, you could grab and pivot on the spot.
Yeah, you can go.
Push.
I'll say it'll,
Yeah.
you know, if you wanted to get it there,
Yes.
that's a little bit of a thing, so I'll get you to roll. I'll get you to roll a attack just with your dex, just because you're aiming it to try and
Yep,
get it into a
sure.
spot.
I'll try and do that.
Yeah,
Is it through people?
it's
through people.
it's
Well,
just
people.
it's a wisp. So
I'm gonna do
they're
that. So is it the
incorporeal.
same as my regular attacks?
Yeah, so it's just a regular attack with regular attack, dex plus proficiency.
So you can just
and
attack.
Use
AC.
momentum.
So your DC's 14. Go over and it's gonna go into the corner. Go under and it's gonna stop there.
Oh, so you have to hit exactly 14 to.
14 and over.
Sorry. 14. You're looking for 14 and over. If it's under 14, it's there.
All right.
But yeah, sorry, my bad. What'd you roll?
9.
9 total.
Uh-huh.
Sweet. So it doesn't make it quite where you wanted it to go, so it goes there. And that's 5,
It's closer.
10, 15, 20, 25 feet of movement. Yeah, so you grab it and pivot, almost effortlessly, just glides, and it goes
Am I up
through
against
this
that
wisp.
other block?
No.
No,
there's
there is a zombie and a wisp between you and that block.
Yep.
I would have rather have walked with that one. Shit. Okay. I'm going.
Uh,
So that took an attack. So that was a part of an attack action, or is that a?
That it takes your movement, but
But it's just
like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you still got your action. It's I'm
Okay.
using the attack as a ability check to
Yep.
see if you can
Right.
get
Yeah,
it
that's fair.
into the space you're looking for.
Mini golf.
It's like what's the
Chocolate.
no
Curling.
Oh,
curling. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Curling or lawn bowls or whatever the hell.
Well, that beanbag game.
Yeah, that thing.
I'm going to move to. I'm going to move next to Callie.
Okay. So go 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's you take 3 opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
None of the wisp has advantage.
No, not when I leave its. Not when I leave its reach.
Because you would go there.
Yes, but it doesn't when I leave its reach. Oh no,
No, yeah,
it does.
it would.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's really hard to see
Yeah, no,
because
that's fine.
I see nothing.
Understand.
Yeah.
I just see a pile of miniatures.
Yeah. So that's the wisp. I might actually miss. 12. Yeah, it misses. Cool. So the wisp misses. You get out of the way just in time, and the 2 zombies. Yeah, that's a 23 and a 21.
Uh-huh.
So they're both gonna hit.
They're the better ones to hit you.
Yeah, well, the other one's not going to hit me as well.
So 7. First one does 7 points of damage, and the second one does 8 points of damage, piercing.
That's gonna be the hardest those guys have hit this game.
Holy Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
No, we're good.
You good?
We're good.
Are we good?
He's just
managed to
looking
get-
very weak.
Yeah, as you turns around, the wisp just about misses you for with this consume attack, where these 2 zombies just grab onto your throat, and as you leave, it just sort of rips. There's now just blood
Hey, you got
pouring
gills
down.
now.
Yeah,
He
effectively.
did have them.
As you get over there.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Gills.
I'm going
As you
to
move 5, 10,
I've got
15.
5 feet more movement in my action.
Yep.
I'm going to grab it,
Mhm.
and I'm going to try and move. I'm going to move like towards you, directly looking towards you with my last 5 feet of movement, and I want to bring the block into the square that I was in,
Okay, yep.
so that it's sort of round the wisp
Sweet.
a little bit more.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my action to dash.
Mm-hmm. So 5, 10,
Now Roach, run with it
15.
behind you.
I'm not. I'm moving 5 feet, dragging it with me.
Yeah. You're moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
No,
Number one.
no. I'm.
Oh, you just
move
moved.
me
Okay.
5 feet,
You
like I
moved
said,
5
with
feet.
the
Yeah.
block.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
And then from there, theoretically, I have a little bit more cover. There's the
Yeah.
blocks there. But from there, I want to just yeet the block at the spot.
Okay.
From
yeah.
there, with the rest of my movement.
Roll another attack roll.
Around and push.
Roll an attack roll. It's DC 12, just because you're a bit
Sure.
closer. What'd you roll?
Man.
Did you roll a 1?
Man, no, not a one.
Just low.
Just low. It's just it's beneath.
It's an 11.
Oh shoot!
How many feet did that move?
That goes 5, 10, 15.
So I've used. So it's 20 total. I've got another 25 feet of movement.
You can theoretically get that into its spot.
You've already taken opportunity
Were you
attacks
moving
from
with it?
Not from that one. I haven't.
Oh right.
Not from that one. I
Yeah.
haven't.
So if you do move from there, there is an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I know. This could have been perfect. This could have worked perfect. This is really a numbers game.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
You don't have any potions, do you?
No.
I've got one.
You should use that on you. I'm going to.
You don't have your endurance, half-orc endurance.
I've got that.
He's got that.
I've got that. Thank God. I would not have made that move if I didn't have it.
need that.
I'm going to move, and I'm going to put. I'm going to move 5 feet closer to the block.
Yep. So that
Actually,
way.
no. I'm going to move into the space that I was in before.
5, 10.
Yep.
So you get.
Can I just not go there diagonally? Oh no, it's two across. Don't worry.
Yeah. So you can.
Is that still not in range?
It's not.
you-
There's
fuck's
5 feet
sake,
between
I
you
can't
and.
see anything.
You could go 10 just with a diagonal
So you
to
could
be
go
behind the block.
5 here, and then you could just be right by the block.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna do that. Fuck it. I was thinking because it looks so the same.
Yeah, no,
I thought I could push
that's
it.
fine. So if you don't want to move that, that's
No,
fine.
I'll just go diagonally.
Cool. So
I
you
thought
go
I could push it, be in
there.
the same space, and push
5.
it, and
Yeah.
still not be.
Okay, so you can
So,
push it.
opportunity attack.
Yep.
Um,
Miss.
is it 12 plus 4?
16
16.
misses.
Hey!
Yes.
You rush out the way as this thing,
my
the
God.
void between it just opens.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
as
going
this
to-
void opens, you manage to just
I'm
get
going
over
to
there
use
right
another
time.
5 feet to push it and move into the space that it's in. So I'm going to push it in there and move
Yep.
in there.
Cool.
So that's 5.
It's 10 total.
That's 10
Yeah, that's 10 total.
So I've got another 15 feet of movement.
You got 5, 10, 15.
I'm going to go to there.
Sweet.
Does
Yeah,
that
right there.
slimy boy get?
He's
No,
already
he's
done.
He's
already
already attacked.
Right.
Man, 5 feet short of.
5 feet short. That's some good shit though.
All right. That's
Really
it.
good turn.
That's everything I can do.
Really
if
good
only
turn.
If I had a key point left, I could move, but I've got nothing I can do as a bonus action without key points. So
That's
pretty sure I'm done.
cool.
Oh,
That's
bonus actions. Strike where it was. Strike. No, nothing I can do.
cool. That's done.
Just my turn.
Callion, at the start of your turn, the blocks
Thud to the floor.
thudded to the floor.
Yep. Alright.
Again, the only one that's glowing still is this one because it's
Yeah. That is fine. Alright. The first thing I'm going to do. Yeah, you might not be in range. Is I am going to, as a bonus action, mantle again, and use my reaction to just go 30 feet towards Mason. Or I'll just go step forward and then just go like down to the
5,
door.
10.
No.
So this way. So just like around the center block towards us.
There.
Yeah.
5,
And then
10,
yep,
15,
yep,
20,
yep.
25, 30.
So to
Oh,
the
25, 30
door.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
So you're there.
And I assume from where I was, Mason was
You
more
get-
than 30
yeah.
feet away.
From where you were, right there.
Yep.
You 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, yes.
I'm moving it in.
So
10 hit points as
Yeah,
well.
5. Yeah, I know.
cool. It's in the spot.
No, it's
You take two opportunity
it's not,
attacks.
It's not near, right?
Oh, you don't, yeah.
It thudded to the floor.
I didn't.
That's
you
right.
can't
It is
move it.
thudded to the floor.
But I don't take opportunity attacks.
Yes, you don't take opportunity attacks. It is on the floor.
Mason just.
Yeah, you just like.
No, I don't. Please, my reaction.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to.
Do I have to use my reaction when you do it, or is it just during your turn?
It's when I do it.
Because I would have just waited until after you'd used your action on it.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, you could just move away from the bad guys more.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Can I move like as far as I can towards the door?
Towards the door.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume that's the way that we have to go.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, that will do.
Wait.
What
do you think?
I'm gonna move up next to the block.
5, 10,
I'll go diagonal some
15?
towards the door.
15. Sweet.
And I will use my action.
If we go on 5
Yep.
and then diagonal
Yep,
10.
cool.
Use my action to try and lift the blocks again.
Charisma check.
Come on.
Good.
Good, 21.
Sweet. You're good. The blocks all lift.
I'll shift that into space.
Yep. That has been shifted into space.
And then I'm going to I'll move with it,
Yep.
and I'm going to get into that corner behind the block.
Cool. Sweet. You're in that corner.
And that is the extent of my everything I can do.
That's
This
As
is
down,
down
to the wire
This
as you can
this is
possibly
3D
get.
chess.
yeah. All
Well,
right.
technically.
Cool. All right.
I'm going to call out to Mason just to let him know that I do have a health potion if
Yeah.
we end up needing it.
Sweet.
Put it on the floor.
Cool.
Can you pull it out and put it on the floor?
Yes,
I'll allow it. Yeah.
I will put it at my feet.
There is a health potion at your feet.
That way I don't have to go through your shit to find it.
Cool. Yeah. So I will allow you to drop a health potion right there. Okay. Cool. That's your turn. It is now the shade.
Oh, spaghetti-o.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Where is it moving?
So they're not glowing, though.
No.
No, they are glowing. They are glowing because they're floating.
Yeah, they're floating, but
But
then
never
they don't
lost.
have the
They don't have the
runes.
runes
No.
on them.
I thought they glow, but they're floating.
They glow when the runes come up.
My entire immersion is broken. We just start again.
Okay, you got 40 feet of
I
move.
was,
I don't want to.
I was torn between moving the block or healing myself. I think each would be equally valuable, and I could have done my entire lay on hands pull into myself.
Yeah.
You're closer.
But can it get to both of us?
Probably.
Yeah, it can get to both of you, and you're closer, and you were the one nearest to it at the time of. So it is just gonna come after you, and it is incorporeal.
Likes
so,
your taste as well, right?
yeah, it's got a taste of you.
Like, ooh, you're
So
sparky.
it's going to move.
It's like
You,
like bubbly. Like
as you hunker down in that corner, just sort of catching your breath, there's a sense of dread as this thing just appears out of the stone. As this sort of hand appears out of the stone as it reaches out to you.
Yep.
Just gonna make an attack.
This is where it all falls apart. Should have healed.
Could you have done both? What would your action have been? Oh, you had to lift it.
I had to lift the blocks.
It's an 18.
That is my AC.
I'm rolling so fucking well for this damn shade.
Roll low.
It might be alright. I have temporary hit points.
Roll low.
True. So damage is for 8 points of necrotic damage,
All right.
Yup.
and
I'm up.
here's the strength.
Yep, that's fine. It can't kill me with this.
It's 3 points of strength damage.
oh no, the mage.
As it
Didn't
just
behold us.
yeah.
I'm still going. I'm still fine.
Yeah, as it reaches out this time, it's just
Sorry.
3 strength.
yeah,
What did it?
Did
3
It
strength.
did 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it reaches out and
When
you
you
see it
reach
go.
0,
You,
you just die.
you
right?
see it sort of
Yep.
reaching towards your chest, and you instinctively move slightly out to the side, and you feel the cold as it starts to pull, just miss your heart. And yeah, you start to feel it all yourself just wither a little bit more.
Zombie beholders.
Cool. That's the Shade's turn.
It was 8 damage, you said?
Yes, 8 damage. Wisps.
Even without the temp, I still like.
Yeah,
Just-
Wisp's turn. Wisps were on your tail, so they're going to go after you again.
Oh boy.
25, 30,
8.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. No, they can go 50, so they can go on either side of you and get advantage. So they're going to... Cool.
Yeah, the internet's being real weird.
They attack. It's the first one. It's the first one with advantage. That's a 13. 17 to hit.
I see.
Cool. Second one is 12, 13, 16 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. Sweet. The first one that hits does
Yep, doesn't matter.
Doesn't really.
5 points of damage.
Wait, did you have that temp?
I got 5 temp.
I
You
couldn't
see it
see
just
the
start
temp.
to. You see it start to just like
Back on one.
as this void opens and it starts to like it attempts to
But you
consume
used
your
it.
life force. You see
again.
this. You see the sort of glow that was around you slightly from Callian's inspiration just start to get vortexed into this thing.
I got on Callian's turn when he moved.
You're still up. Oh damn, that is something. All right, Zombos. These two are on you, so they'll come after you again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Action dash. 35.
It's a party.
This is fine. I'm doing my job.
And
Beating
then
the
this
tank.
one is gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20.
Hey, look at the party over here.
25,
Come over here. Come over here.
30.
Come over here. It's a party. Hello. Come over here.
Action 5, 10, 15 in the space with
God
the
damn it.
potion.
Healing potion.
Yeah. So that one's gonna attack you, and
Can't. He dashed.
oh yeah, that's right. He dashed. So you get one attack because the other one dashed as well. No advantage. No, that's a 2. It whiffs.
What's with? Was it a zombie?
Yeah, zombie.
Zombie whiff.
You can't set ability modifiers to more than -10.
Okay. Mason.
Probably for a good reason.
Override
Hold on.
score.
Mason.
So what's your strength then?
I'm going to use my action to dodge
Cool. Use your action.
because there's not a lot else that I can do.
you
Because I don't think that there's nowhere really for me to go.
you
I'm
put
just hoping that they disappear when we fix this, because otherwise we're dead.
you put your guard up and you just start to sort of
Make it
weave
harder to
around.
hit. I'm dodging. That's it.
Cool.
Please work.
Callian.
I will reach out, touch the block in front of me, and cast Comprehend Languages.
So as you cast that spell, you see as a word for the spell leave you, you see the runes start to appear, and as they do, the 4 blocks that are there just boom, 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 boom. And you see the gold filigree appear, and as it does with all of these things, there's a pulse of green that just radiates through this whole thing. The shade and the wisps just dissipate, and the 3 zombified, drowned librarians crumble to bone and dust, and just. And Mason, you hear a sickening sort of crack as if a stone were cracking, and you feel a sort of draft coming through.
I'll just collapse
The-
onto the zombies.
They drop. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Fuck.
And as you both sort of collapse in that area, I think we'll take our first break. The 2 of you have just finished a harrowing trial of which came down to the wire. And having finished slotting these stones into the correct place and giving them some semblance of life through the casting of a divination spell, the undead creatures that swarmed this place seem to have been dispelled, turned. Now you both sit in this room, darkness taking you. It is pitch black in here. There's no more light, so whatever.
Wait, are the
Oh no, it's
thingies
still
still
got light.
glowing?
No.
My
Well, very faintly, but it's just more or less pitch black.
I think I had light on my pendants.
Yep. So you got light on your pendant. So the only real source of light being that from your pendant is lighting up this area. And as you sort of sit there, your breath, you can hear the echoes echo through this chamber, and you can feel that little draft. You can feel this little draft of air coming out the
I
middle
just
of
now
those.
look like the doctor during that year that didn't happen.
Yeah. And as you the two of you catch your breath for a while in this underground or underwater cavern, we'll pivot to Ophelia and Hessel, who we find outside of the Bloated Orca. You've just spoken to Lux. She's told you that your friends just vanished.
They left. Mara
Well, they
vanished.
left. Mara vanished. And yeah, you've done a length of the dock and back, and sort of asked around as to have you seen people? You were at one point directed to a ship where there were a lot of green people, which turned out to just be a ship from Asgolkar's, which is full of orcs. But yeah, you're currently sort of back, just walking past, doing the whole up and down, trying to figure out where these people might have been, and you find yourself outside of the Bloated Orca. What is it that you'd like to do?
It's a very good question.
Who are you talking to?
Sorry, something popped into my mind.
Very good question.
We can't just wait around for
No.
them to get back.
But if Mason did leave his things, he intends to come back here. So, I'll leave a message.
What if he was taken in the night?
Well, Lux felt them leave together.
Right, that's true.
So, if they did, it was Callion that took Mason, which, if that's the case, he's been playing a very,
Long game.
very long game. Yes, I think I'll leave some.
I would like to now switch to my Archon the Cruel show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I've been bewitched.
I'll just take out a scrap of old paper and a quill. Just kind of reach into my bag, dab some ink onto it.
Quick question. Do either of us know that Mason has the Ring of Mind shielding?
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
bought it and you
we
put
were
it
there
on.
when you got it, but
Yeah.
we're not. I think I identified it for him.
You did
You did
Yeah,
identify it.
yeah. So I am aware of the properties of it,
Mm-hmm.
but
So you're not able to message him because of that.
yes.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm writing him a message because his things are here, so I think he might intend to come back here.
Oh,
so
so
he's
just
going
a
to
note.
see the message. Yes, I'm writing a message.
There's also a Callion. You can send a message.
There's also a man without a spell prepared today.
Yes, yeah. I don't have sending.
But we established that
Okay.
last
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because last
Hessel
episode,
does not
yeah.
have sending.
Yeah, because last
Which
episode
is
was
why I
literally last week.
Because he
So,
said, I'm
yeah.
going to give him a message, and I was like, Scusi?
Excuse me,
No,
Mom.
that's why I was taking out
Yeah.
the quill and the paper. And I'll just write a quick message saying, Mace and Cal, we've gone to see. What's a good shorthand for
You can just write you out.
the ram? The ram. We've gone to see the ram. If we aren't back, we'll be there. If it's scratching out.
Yeah.
If
You
we're
want
not
me to write
there,
this?
if we're not there, then we're here. Which this message wouldn't be here, so never mind. And I just
I'm just
put that
watching
back.
him write
It gets smaller and smaller as it gets towards the end of the parchment.
Roll for a CD.
And then also takes another step. Second, one more thing. Also, Mara. This is tiny writing.
Yeah.
Flip the page
Mara
over,
has-
Hessel.
Oh, right. Okay, I just scratch that out again. Draw like a little note on the like a little arrow. Flip it over. Dab again. Also, Mara has gone. I don't know for how long, but
Hessel, just stop for a moment.
okay.
Like the deal, he's just got this tiny little scrap of paper, which he's writing on, while his bag is full of like pages and pages of parchment.
I'm very stingy with my parchment.
Do you want
As
me to
always,
rewrite
it's-
this, maybe?
You know what? Sure, if that's... Sure. Sure.
There is a trained scribe at your disposal.
I think you've got the general gist from that, though, right?
As opposed to a bus.
I'll just take out a piece of paper
Yeah.
and just kind of prop it on my knee and just write, Hellion and Mason, we've gone to see Yuala. Mara is gone. And meet you back here by sunset. And roll the debt.
Right. I'll go give that to the barkeep, the servant, the invisible thing.
Why don't you just put it on his bag?
That works too, I suppose. Yes. I'll
You head upstairs.
walk on up there and I'll kind of just like fold it in such a way that it might be more noticeable and just like,
Crane.
place it onto the bag.
It's actually like an actual crane.
Yeah.
I'm picturing with Hessel as just an origami hand.
You take a stick and then like put it into his backpack and then put the note on top of it. Like.
Yeah, like something so that's like super obvious. Like I've actually gotten a candle from across the room.
He takes out another piece of parchment and makes a origami arrow.
I take out my dagger and I just drive into the candle slightly and I just place it like
Cool.
corner into the top of that.
It's dark in this room.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hang on. I was the only one that didn't have dark vision, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah,
and
you
I'll
leave the
come
message.
back round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Message delivered. For now. So.
You mean for now?
Well, until it changes or the situation evolves or.
Right. Alright. Listen, I think we need to go and see Yuala with or without them, and it seems like it's going to be without them at this point.
If they do arrive back, they can, well, hopefully make it there. But it was the morning, correct? That you said you'd return.
I said evening.
Evening.
I
Work
said
it out.
if you. I said we'll meet back here.
Oh, sorry. I meant the Ram. Yuala the Ram.
Oh.
We have a meeting with them
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I was like, what? Yes, we have a meeting in the morning, and it is still morning. Yes.
It's the morning. I'm
Getting
doing.
closer to midday at this point, probably. No.
No, because these guys left early morning.
So it's
Cracking
probably
up.
like 8 now ish.
Yeah, I'd say close like 7:30.
So I
What
spent
time
some
do you guys
time
wake
running
up?
around. I woke up at 6,
Yep. Cool.
and then I spent a bunch of time running up and down the docks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's about 7.
Right.
Do we want to just? I suppose we could wait here for.
Do you remember what time the meeting was?
She just said morning. I'm pretty sure. She didn't specify.
So I'm just trying to think where we would be relative.
I'd say you would have just
Time-wise.
gone to the. Took you about an hour to navigate through like most of it.
Well,
Yeah,
we
a
could
few
wait
hours
here
in
for a
total, so
little
that's
while.
it. Yeah.
I suppose. Have some breakfast.
And I think until we hear a chime from the bell, chime rather.
Sorry.
The bell tolls. It makes a noise. It goes dong. It's this big
Yes,
sound.
every hour. Yeah.
Who does it toll?
So I think by the next toll, if they're not here, then we should
All right.
get onwards.
Okay. So as you guys, do you guys go back into the town?
Yeah,
for-
we'll just go back into the tavern and have some breakfast. Some very
Sweet.
anxious breakfast.
Cool. You go into the tavern and start a.
The person behind the counter isn't cooking, right? You said that they weren't. The invisible servant wasn't doing anything because.
Well, there was the glass that's usually there being wiped on its own is just on the table along with a rag next to it.
I'll kind of go a little bit behind the counter and kind of stick my head and see if there's anybody like in the kitchen or if I can see move things moving
Seems
around.
to be empty.
Because there's been no one else in this morning, right? Yeah.
I will go into the kitchen.
You get the sense that it is very much closed. Like,
Since the
Yeah.
end.
I'll go into the kitchen and try and put together some
You walk into the kitchen and you find
Just like, I don't know, fry a couple eggs or some shit.
yeah, you find some stuff, and as you start to sort of look for the eggs, you see a door just open. It's like, that's the pantry.
I just kind of thank you to the air and go in and
Yeah, and
yeah.
the kitchen sort of assists, but doesn't really do anything. Just like it like if you start to look around for something, whatever you're looking for sort of lazily floats over to you.
Yeah.
Like very slowly, lazily
It's
floats
like
over.
tossed onto the bench.
Yeah,
It just kind of like
yeah, like
Yeah.
just sort of more of a
yeah.
it's like a sad kitchen.
Sad, tired kitchen.
Sad tired kitchen. Yeah.
So I'll make breakfast for us.
When Ophelia comes out, Hessel's writing like a very long and convoluted note on a very small piece of paper, which is effectively saying, "I owe you this many coins for breakfast."
Right.
I
And it goes on to
willingly-
explain in great detail, and too lengthy. And
I'll
then
make
yeah,
some
breakfast
for
included.
Luxara as well,
Use it.
and I'll take that up and just kind of tap on the door and leave the tray outside.
Yeah. It doesn't open it initially or like immediately, but as you sort of head off, you hear it. And then
Turn around. Go downstairs and eat.
cool. Go downstairs and start eating. Anything in particular you're doing for the next hour or so? Just eating
I'm
anxiously?
brainstorming about what I'm going to talk to Laura
Sweet.
about.
Yeah, and during that hour, I will spend a little bit more time working on a spell.
Cool. Right. So as you guys do so, we will pivot back to
Do we finish a short rest?
yeah. We'll say
Holy
finish
hell.
short rest.
Short rest? Cool. Give it to me.
We'll also get. I have to backtrack. We get Song of Rest as well.
That was hard.
We get Song of Rest as well.
Cool, thank you. Which is an extra d6?
I will look that up as soon as my thing jumps back to the thing it's supposed
When
to
you finish your short rest, you feel a lot more. You feel like
Alive?
your strength. Yeah, you feel your strength return.
Oh,
so
hey.
yeah, it only lasts until short or long rest.
Oh, dang, okay. That's good.
So I rolled 3 d8s. I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
I mean, they're getting better.
Consistent.
I'm getting better.
Consistently better.
So
That's
that's
good.
6 plus
Your
9.
con. and all that, yeah. There you go.
50. Oh my lord, that was terrible.
Yikes.
16 hit points. 4 ready to go.
Hey, better than one.
It is significantly better than 1. It's 16 times.
All right.
Have 6 more.
Oh my lord. That's more than I rolled. That's the
right.
exact same I rolled with 3 hit dice.
Throughout your sort of rest, you hear. Is it a like your song of rest? Are you playing an instrument or is
Just
it
lying on the floor
humming?
like ding, ding.
Yeah. I've
Just hum to yourself.
got my loop.
You
Oh no, my loop would be on the boat, so it'd just be.
yeah you hear this sort of almost eerie.
What is that noise?
What
It's
is
the
that
sound of Callian's lute.
I think it's the.
No, it's the camera. I was just. It was a joke.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's dead now.
It's down.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear.
That's it. Song of rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear a very
It's a little synth, like.
yeah, like throughout your short rest, there is a like you hear a very fey melody, almost like a leaf whistle, like a leaf whistle. Is that what it is?
What?
Oh,
Like
Yes.
yeah.
When you put 2 leaves together and you
Yeah.
go.
No, like there's a more there's a much more melodious version of that.
Oh, right.
Just that bit of melody.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, but you hear a very
High
like
pitch.
yeah, you hear a very fey melody of almost it almost sounds like a leaf whistle sort of echoing through this cavern, and then when you sort of for a second you're like, oh shit, what the fuck, and then you kind of realize that it's just Callian whistling to himself. You realize that's just Callian sort of whistling to himself as as you guys sort of heal and reinvigorate. An hour passes and your wounds are slightly less bleedy than they were.
Still pretty bleedy. Still pretty bleedy.
Yeah.
So he gets his strength back?
Yeah, he gets his strength back.
That's good. That
Yeah.
would have sucked
What is
trying to swim up in armor with 4 strength.
Yeah. Well, so once your rest is completed, what is it that you guys are trying to do?
Head on down.
Next room.
So you open the doors, you sort of push against it, and it does sort of move just as it swings
I let
open.
Callian do it with his refound strength.
Yeah.
Flex those muscles.
Yeah, and as you sort of step inside, you see in front of you just torches that seem to light on their own, lighting a hallway ahead of you, which at the end of which you can see a raised dais and something atop it, almost like an altar. It's just like it's a distance away, so it's like not immediately like you can't really discern exactly what the altar looks like. But as you start to get closer, if you do,
Yeah, I will.
yeah, as you start to get closer, you can see that it is
Falling behind him.
it is a raised sort of stone table, almost like yeah, it's just like a long, imagine Jenga on its side,
Sure.
long ways
So
up.
like fucking Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe stone table. Kind of.
Yeah, so not a stone
like-
table, but it's like it's like a podium. Is it a podium? Is that what it is?
It is
A
a
lectern?
Lectern.
Lectern. There we go.
Yes.
Words, brain. Sorry. Yeah, it's like a lectern, like a stone lectern, and atop it there seems to be a
Jenkins.
no.
Side.
There's a bowl.
Lion side.
There is a bowl of what seems to be water atop it, and then on the actual lectern itself there is an open book, which is open to an empty page.
Just pour the water.
And as you step up to it, or walk up to it, all the torches light around you. And you get into this room. It is a circular room. It seems to be worked stone, like not natural cavern that you saw. It seems at some point have transitioned into worked stone. And in the middle of this central circular chamber is where this altar with a lectern on top is. What do you?
I approach.
You approach and sort of step up to this.
Is this the only entrance into this room?
Yeah, this is the only entrance. This is the only way in, only way out.
Yeah.
Is it the only thing in the room? Is there anything else in the room other than the
Nope.
lectern and the weird water?
Nope. It's just a lectern with water in the bowl, and then a book, and then there's
Is there a locker to the
Whatever
bottom of the
happens,
water?
Harry.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
what was it?
I said, is there a locket at the bottom of the water?
No.
I said that, and the two of us made the same joke at the same time.
No, there's no lock in the bottom of the water.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, please continue.
Yep. So what is it that you do?
So-
So you approach, and as you enter this room, you see this.
Yeah. So if I walk up and stand in front of the.
Yep. You stand in front of it, and it doesn't seem to react
Follow.
immediately, but it's. Yeah, there's just enough room there for one person to stand in front of the lectern on the raised part. So I'm assuming you're just standing down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
There's a big blank book.
Yeah, it looks like big. Where it's open to at the moment, it's open about halfway through the book, and it's blank.
It's sort of like ruffled.
There's writing on each page.
Oh, it's like a guest book. You just have to sign your name.
And as you sort of, if you turn the pages to read it, it's written in many different languages. Like it's not like the way your book of ciphers is. It's just like each page is the same language. It seems to be
Handwriting.
different handwriting. And it's it seems to be either a sentence or a phrase or a paragraph. And so the languages that you do see and note, they seem to be some form of a promise, some form of an oath. That is available here. And as you're sort of flicking through it, what's your passive perception?
18.
Cool. Yeah, you do see on the edge of the bowl that's got the water in it, it has a symbol of the pendant.
They're all written in. What are they written in?
Various different languages. Like,
I mean, like actual physical, like.
yeah, there's
just a
some
line.
of them seem to be written in ink, others in some sort of a pigment. You can also see a red, like certain some of them in red.
It's probably not red if it's blood.
It's jam.
Jam.
Yeah, various different inks
color
and
jam.
pigments.
If we go to the front, is there instructions or?
It's just it's just an empty.
Let's go to the manual.
It's a leather-bound. It's a
Go to the
leather-bound
back of the book. That's where the answers are.
Yeah, leather-bound book, with no title or anything.
What's in the book?
You were told.
Yeah, this was, but it's been a while, so I was about to ask if there's anything I've been.
Yeah, so you were told when you went to meet Vizar, you were told that once you complete your trial, you will need to take an oath.
Yeah.
What's in the book?
Yeah, that was. Oaths. This is.
Another thing that you do notice
Fun
is
step.
that your pendant is just like absolutely humming at this stage, like to the point where like you're not even holding on to it. You can hear the sort of like remnants of a tuning fork kind of a thing, but just ever present.
Can I also hear it?
Need to write. You don't happen to have a quill or something, honey, do you? I'm look around the podium.
I stand with just the clothes that I have.
Yeah.
Here's this pen that I carry in my pocket.
No, there is no quill.
What would I have on me that I could use as a?
I have a dagger.
Squiggly point.
Surely a dagger will work as a
Small knife, yeah.
Food.
Did you bring your equipment down with you?
Majority of it's up in the boat.
I have my twisted dagger.
Oh yeah, use that. It'll be great.
Surely it works like a fountain.
I mean, it does come to a
And it delivers poison
Poison.
through the tip of it.
That is true.
You just need some ink now. Catch yourself a squid, baby.
Like you just burn the whole book up. Like
Just use blood.
you can just
I mean-
finger paint.
I'd have to use blood.
I'm still bleeding enough.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
like, you can
legitimately-
also see, like, if you
Still
scroll back, you
running
can
out.
see there's a few of these. There's like some of them are written beautiful calligraphy, is like written with
Yeah.
quill and thing. Others, you can definitely see there's some people who went.
It's still
Just a
killing.
frowny
It's still
face.
pouring off of my back.
I think
What
if
it
he
could
uses your blood, then things get weird.
I think we're all under it anyway.
I can take one of my arrows, and with my hunting knife, I'll like strip some of the fletching off to make like
Yep.
a tiny quill.
We're
Yeah,
gonna say flesh, and I was like, oh no.
yeah, no,
That's
fair
probably
enough.
better than using a knife, like
Yeah.
trying to write with a giant knife.
Fair. Yeah, you
Like-
managed to make.
like the golf pencils of quills.
Yep, you managed to make a golf pencil of quill. Callian invented the golf pencil.
Yes,
It's canon.
No, just with a big gold.
Most quills are actually pretty short.
And then, yeah, for lack of anything better, I will
Yep.
make a cut with my knife up the forearm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably better if it's done in mine, seeing
Cool.
it's my oath.
Sweet.
And
It's my oath, and I get to use the blood.
I get to stab myself for this.
I just pause for a while. Think back to first time in the library in the woods, and that morning outside of the burrow when I sort of took the oath to myself at dawn, and then proceed to rewrite out the the same pledge I've made to myself that morning into the pages.
Do you want to read out what that is?
Can. Let's change it. Oh, great! I've got to reopen the thing again.
Yeah, you hear just a little sort of wood scratching on parchment as he seems to write in his
I
blood.
just sort of, like, not stomach some, but sort of look up into the bowl, which is underneath the thing, and see just a bowl of water just chilling?
Seems like a bowl of water.
It's probably a reason.
I'm sure there probably is. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I can't think of a reason for a big bowl of water.
Whistler?
Wait.
No, you can't think of any particular reason.
Yeah. All right. So the what I am writing, or Callian is writing, my will be a beacon for the good, the beauty, and the hope in the world, standing against the wickedness that would swallow it. My blade will not cut with prejudice or vengeance, but with the regret that my foe chose to diminish the light rather than partake of it. My body will uphold the weak, protect the innocent, and defend life, so that all will know that tomorrow will be a better day.
As you finish writing that, and you take your quill away from it, or your little thing away from it, you see that same sort of filigree that you saw on the blocks appear around, almost like a margin, almost sort of cementing it into the book, and you hear that sort of hum that's coming from your thing start to grow louder and louder, and then you realize that hum, while it's also coming from your talisman, it's also coming from the bowl, and the water seems to be sort of rippling up at the top of it.
I drink the water.
Cool. You take a sip of the water. It's just cool water, but it's still, the bowl's still humming, and so is your talisman.
I put the talisman in the bowl. Oh, that's right, because that's heated with the... Yeah, I put the talisman in the bowl.
You just had a nice little sippy sip first.
You couldn't lift the bowl as well, right? So you have to
it's
Oh, it's a big bowl.
it's like a big.
I was picturing
no, big.
No, it looks like the bowl we were joking about.
Yeah. As you put the talisman into the water, that hum sort of gets louder and louder, and then finally just sort of almost abruptly ends. And as it does, you can feel, you can see the sort of talisman start to lightly glow in the water.
You need to drink it all to get you on.
Yeah. And
Okay, now there's a pendant in there.
it starts to glow, and as you pick up the talisman, you can feel some sort of power from it. And with that sort of completes, and you see at the other end of this room, you hear another, as there seems to be another split in the wall, and a door seems to materialize on the other side.
I turn the page.
Yep.
It's a new blank page.
Yep, new blank page.
I think this must be the way out.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
Brilliant. Let's get out of here. Don't say I never did anything for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I couldn't let you die alone down here.
I didn't expect that, but I would have if you hadn't come. So.
That's what we do. We look after each other.
Please give me a second. Sweet. Okay, cool. So you make your way through
To the new door.
Yeah. So as you open the door, it opens quite easily, and as you enter, you find yourself between large stone bookshelves. And as you start to walk through, this is a considerably, like a big library compared to the one that you found. That's a big library. It's got, and the tomes that you can see on there, like cobwebbed and like, untouched in forever. And it's just like,
Shame the person that likes books isn't here. Man, it would have been great if they were.
Old leather-bound tomes, no titles, scrolls in different reaches of the shelves. I mean, like, the shelves aren't like tall, like 30-foot tall shelves. They're like about a good 10-ish feet tall.
Yeah.
And it's just, they're full of books. The room itself goes to about 60, 65 feet from end to end. And you get the sense it's also the same around. When you get to about 30 feet in the middle, there is a table, a large table with benches, seemingly a reading space. And atop the table, like right in the center, there seems to be glyphs in a sort of circular pattern that seem to be connecting. There seems to be a slight shimmer to it at the moment. But yeah, there's a...
What do the glyphs look like?
What do the glyphs look like? They seem to be arcane in nature.
Do they look like the ones that were on the stones?
No.
Okay, well, I'm fucked.
Book.
Book?
The-
Your book, yeah.
Yeah.
As you put the book on there, the glyphs, so your book opens to the page where it had those symbols on there. Those symbols disappear, and the symbol that's on the table seems to materialize inside your book. And the pages before, you see them just get crossed out. And as that happens, these symbols that are in the middle of this sort of stop glowing, and you can see blue lights just like dim blue lights, and as you look, they seem to be very similar to the ones that you saw. They're very similar to the ones that you fought, except they seem to be blue and they don't seem to be rushing into attack. And as they start to float about, you see just a very light sort of after image around them, where the light is in the center of what seems to be just ghosts walking about. Just hands behind their back, just sort of walking past through the bookshelves, minding their own business. Faceless, like just not like smooth face, just like their faces. It's always
incoherent kind of.
Yeah, it's always like a
incoherent,
blur. You can't really tell what it is, kind of a thing. But they just seem to be
Like transparent mannequin
yeah,
face.
But they look like they might be like humanoid ghosts. rather
yeah,
than
human,
crab
yeah,
ghosts.
yes, yeah, humanoid ghosts, not crab ghosts.
They're all Zoidberg ghosts. Excuse me? Like,
As you do, it just sort of stops and looks towards you.
what is this place?
You hear in the back of your head, it's a library, of course.
Now you just feel stupid.
Can we read any of the books? I'm also letting this communication go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
You just didn't hear it.
That's right. And you hear say, "Yes, you may. What would you like to read? What would you like to learn?"
And that's Justin, and it's his head response to his question.
You'd be hearing my half of the conversation, though. Anyway.
I'd say no. You'd hear it too. It's almost like he's talking, and it's just an omnipresent.
Local area television.
Yeah, yeah, lat.
Proximity chat.
Yeah.
It's lat.
Lat. Yeah. Chime me on lat.
Do you any information about the veil?
Yeah, of course. And you see him sort of the after image sort of shift into the bowl, and it just darts off for a bit, and eventually you see it returning with a book that's just this. So it's got this black leather cover, belt tied shut, and floats over to you.
I'll open it. I'll start reading, I guess.
Yeah, you open it and you start flipping the pages. It's handwritten.
Yeah.
Like every single page in this seems to be handwritten. There's elements of, so make an investigation check just to see what you discern. Aren't you exhausted?
Fuck. It was good. And it wasn't good.
I'm sorry.
8.
So it's handwritten. It's uncommon, but like an old iteration of common, like ye old common.
Like reading Shakespeare.
Pretty much. So a lot of the nuances of old common don't make sense to you. But yeah, it is a book.
Thy seeketh the veil.
Well, yeah, it's not a book about the veil. It's just a book about death and experiments done. With people sort of riding the edge of life and death. It talks about things like revenants, and it talks about undead, and whether they're like, and a lot about necromancy. Like you read this up, and a lot of it, like the arcane elements of it, make no sense to you.
No.
And like you get the sense, you flip through this and you go, this is right up Hessel's alley, but it's you don't get enough significant information.
It's like when you read like a chemistry textbook. It's like, I understand this, and then you start looking at the actual like stuff, and it's like,
no.
no.
Oh, there's numbers in this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The words individually make sense, but strung together, it's just like I don't know what that
I
means.
recognize these letters, but this is not.
Yeah.
This is not an orientation. My brain is not the
It's
sentence.
just like, it's a foreign language.
Yeah.
Can't seem to read it.
While Mason's doing that, I also have a request towards one of the ghosts.
Yeah, it regards you patiently.
Looking for information on passage to the Feywild.
And you see it sort of dart off. And bring you another leather-bound book. This seems to be more of a, like, it's a similar thing. It's leather-bound and bound with belts, but it's a lot more chaotic than the book that was handed to Mason. Like, the leather is immaculate, but the pages inside, they seem to be like a mishmash of them. It's not like a bound book, it's just been like a whole bunch of pieces of paper, belted together. But yeah. Roll an investigation check.
Should have done enhanced ability while we're here. That would have been smart. Maybe before we do any more reading. 10.
Cool. It talks about it is a book about the planes, effectively. Specifically, the Feywild, the Plane of Pandemonium, and the Astral Sea. So those are the 3 planes that are sort of detailed in this, and it's very much a travel journal. Like, this person, whoever wrote it, has traveled to these places and jotted down experiences, and a lot of the times they devolve into madness. It's just like, it starts off like, oh, okay, so I reached Pandemonium on this day, and then, holy fuck, everything went wrong. And it's just like a whole bunch of...
like you guys coming down here.
Yeah,
I write this in the future.
Yeah, so it's like that, but it's like, it's 3 separate excerpts from 3 separate people who've gone into
Each place.
each of the place, and it's just ended horribly. When you go to the Feywild,
It's the 3 separate people are all the same person. It's just he has a mental breakdown each time.
and you roll an insight check, just for mentioning that.
Ghost, are these books to remain here?
I cannot leave.
18.
You get the sense it's probably the same guy who's had like a mental breakdown and reset every time he's come back.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because you sort of look at it and the handwriting is more or less the same, the sentence structure is more or less the same, but it's like introduces 3 separate people.
Yeah.
And like 3 separate eras or times or whatever it is. But yeah, it's just it's a weird mishmash. But yeah, the part about the Feywild, what you get from it is just, this was, he found his way there through the Direwood. But beyond that, it's like, he doesn't go into any detail about the Direwood except that if you're going to go there, be fucking prepared. And that's it.
Boy Scout.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. At least confirms my ideas. So.
Yeah.
Improvise, overcome.
Do you have any books on orc culture and rituals?
Yep. And it brings you 3 separate tomes. And they're all sort of stamped with different sigils, or almost like banners. And when you start flipping through them, they are
Ability Fox is counting on both of us.
they're all historical. So again, handwritten. All of these books, what you're finding here, these all seem to be handwritten, and they seem to be from the perspective of advisors to orc chieftains, like from the ages. Like you find the 3 separate books that he brings you, since you specifically asked about culture, is it has parts in it about orc culture and orc rituals and things like that. So you do read up on it. Is there anything in particular you are looking for culture wise? You just want to know more about it?
Just more about it, know
Cool.
more about my heritage.
So roll investigation.
9.
Cool. What you get from this is effectively orcs originated obviously in the northern part of this continent here. They seem to be a result of originally, or the story goes that they were a result of experiments on humans, which mutated into much larger, bulkier creatures, which, through natural selection and evolution turned into orcs. You see sketches of
Fallout mutant.
Yeah, you see sketches of the early generation of orc in one of the books. Like, one of these is a really, really old tome from the looks of things, and it is a excerpt from what seems to be a servant who had escaped from orc camps, like a slave or a servant that escaped from orc camps, and it's talking about this chieftain who, when you look at him, like the early orc had very like pig or hog-like features, which sort of, if through evolution, has turned into what orcs are today. And yeah, so you get that, and then you get the idea that these 3 different clans existed at some different points in time. And it's, so the oldest book talks about the sort of more animalistic natures and rituals of the olden orc. The middle one sort of talks about how they transition, like sort of more talking about like Neanderthal life and how that was and that kind of thing. So transitioning from that to, okay, we've now learned to make tools and hunt and primitive orc architecture to what orcs are today. And yeah, it's just a basic overview of how orcs came to be. There's hints here and there about orc culture and what it used to be, but nothing of right now.
Anything relevant to current. Cool, I'm done.
It is going to take you all day to read those.
I have one while
Yes.
he's reading that as well.
I was
It's going to be sundown by
skipping
then.
through.
One more query.
Yeah.
If there's anything about a necromancer named Silas Worrell, or a large tree made of obsidian-like material.
You get a book. It's about that thin. Almost like a pamphlet. But like it's pages or parchment written and sort of almost like very much like a
Just
pamphlet.
stapled together.
Yeah, they're like staple, like
Book of Major Nobility.
Yeah. Major minor nobility.
And it is
Immediate nobility. Medium nobility.
it is effectively a manifesto of the last of the War Elves, who swore an oath of vengeance against Voxmore and the Reserve. And it doesn't you don't get anything about a tree of obsidian.
Yeah.
But it's just a manifesto of the last of the War Elves, whose name was Silas. But this, looking at it, just make an investigation check.
Soft 20.
Yeah, this was just looking at it and the language used, etc. This was years and years and years ago. This was written back when the whole War Elf situation happened, which was about 100 years ago. So, when
Wait, this is before Voxmore existed?
Voxmore always existed.
Yeah, Voxmore
before it
always
took things off,
existed
before it took
before
things
it
off.
took to the
floated,
skies.
right.
Yeah. It wasn't called Voxmore at the time. It was just the capital. It was called the Baranton capital. And that was what it was just called.
It's called Folly. And the other town.
The other town.
Funnily enough, yes, it did.
Culture. Yeah. Thought so.
Yeah, Culture and Folly were suburbs.
Outer slums, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, this is a manifesto of this is what's wrong with Voxmore and this is what's wrong with the and one of the things that you notice is that this book on almost every corner page has a symbol of what you're wearing on the
You just flip like a little bit book.
no, it's got each and every page has that symbol on it.
Oh.
You saw the symbol, you've seen the symbol before. It's not necessarily Warrell related. It's just, you get the sense that just from that role, you can make the deduction that Warrell was heavily part of this organization.
I asked that dude. He must have been going by another name. That's right, they've all got pseudonyms, don't they? You have to pick out a different name.
Call yourself Hulk.
Yeah, all of this research is going to take you the better part of the day.
What? I didn't read that much.
Hey,
these are hefty tomes.
I know.
These are hefty tomes, and to get the other tomes you read were hefty
Yeah,
tomes.
Ask if you can check it out.
But yeah, that's to gain all of that information takes you the better part of the day. That's
how do we
to do
leave
with your roles and the fact that there is information that was doled out, and you have to actually search through the books to get that information.
You think I wouldn't get bored of reading after an hour?
How do we leave?
I know.
I would ask some of the spirits.
Yeah, it points to the circle
You just go.
in the middle of the table.
Oh, you can copy it into your book.
Hmm?
You can copy it into your book.
It is in his book. It is in his book
circle?
already.
No, the writing from the World.
Ah, yes.
I think it can be copied into your book.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I don't think that's the same thing. I think that was because I was asking how we leave, not how.
Oh,
Yeah, how
Yeah.
you leave is the
Rather than how the books leave.
yeah.
no.
The
I
book's
thought
not.
you could just put it in your book. That'd have been cool. That's way cooler.
Yeah, Mason thought it was a copy.
Yeah.
thing.
This is magic.
Yeah.
And it could be. It
You
could
think
be.
I understand how this works?
I think we.
By the time you finish and start to look around, there is pages of your stuff, just because these books aren't properly bound. The one that you were reading specifically isn't properly bound. So you were reading and you're like, okay, cool, this is important, and then just start moving things around, and it's just
I would sort of look at it, read a bit, and then go, nope.
yep,
I tidy up best I can.
yeah.
Nope.
Then maybe the circle takes us out. Should try.
Yep.
Touching it. I'll try and get us to do it at the same time, just in case it doesn't work if I go and then he stays.
Cool. Yeah. So both of you place your hands on the actual circle itself.
Let's see if that is.
And it glows, and you feel that sort of sensation that you felt with Issa before, of just suffocation for a second, and then just you're back in your boat.
Handy.
Are you still holding the manifest up?
No.
Damn it. Can they see land?
Yeah, so they're back in the boat
How
where they're
far have
anchored.
they drifted?
You dropped an anchor, didn't you?
See anchor.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It drifts.
They drift a little bit.
Yeah, it'll drift a little bit, but yeah, you can see land.
That's a good sir.
But yeah,
Get
you
back.
can see land, and you look up, and the sun is just like it's past noon.
Okay.
So
We should go back and get my watch so I can see what time it is.
Good plan.
as you make that plan, we will pivot
I
back
looped
to
the watch around the candle so that he would specifically look at the note.
we will pivot back to the two of you.
So back in time.
Back in time, rewind a
Hero
little bit.
Back in
Dong.
time.
Yeah, you hear a dong
The tone
of the clock or the bell.
So 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm just like finishing up the hour of embedding something on. Actually, no, I see it was on my arm, right? Yes, I believe
Cool.
it was. Okay,
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, but I've just been working on my arm.
Well, guess we can't wait any longer.
I think, regardless of whether we have Mara or whether the other two are interested in pursuing it, I think I would want to pursue it, even if it was just myself. The chance to level that amount of debt is far too attractive to pass on.
Yeah, I agree.
And if everyone else is on board, then that's grand.
If they're not, then I'll figure that out later. All right, shall we?
Right, yeah.
Make myself look all presentable.
Quick note: while you were spending your hour studying your amulet around your thing, you have attuned to it. It is an amulet of the devout, +1.
Just as we kind of like look to head out the door, I'll just kind of ruffle my coat a little bit, and I'll just whisper Arnis, and just cast mage armor on myself because I'm still feeling a little sketched out after the night before.
We'll make our way to the guardhouse.
Cool. You eventually make your way up to the guardhouse, and as you arrive, same guy who you've been dealing with up until now is sort of there. He looks up and says,
Should
yeah.
see, have an appointment.
And he sort of nods and sort of brings you up the stairs and sort of knocks on the door. Like leans in. It's like, those people from the prison thing are back. And you hear sort of, lets him in. And yeah, as you step in, you see her sort of walking back from the window, sort of walking back, taking a seat in her chair. And she says, "Morning."
Quick question. What's outside the window?
The city or the rest of the town?
Is it is it the rest of the guardhouse or is it just the town?
Well, it's so out the window. So this is on the far end of the courtyard. So you can see the rest of the keep. So you can see the rest of the keep or the inner area, and then the out towards the harbor.
Right.
But
Are there people training in the courtyard?
No, this is the keep. So it's like
Right.
it's all of the buildings that make up the
Council ground.
yeah, the council grounds basically. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So there's some residential areas, other office spaces, but for the trade council grounds basically. Yeah.
I'll just take off my hat and kind of just tuck it under my arm for now, and I'll take out Manibus, just reach in, take the hand out from my coat, and just kind of place him onto the wall, like kind of gripping onto the side, and I just say, just give us a scratch if anyone's listening in that shouldn't be listening. And I'll come along and...
So this is inside?
Inside, yeah.
Well,
And loud enough
Yeah.
that it can be
Yeah.
heard. And I'll just kind of walk over.
Is there 2 seats there, or
Yeah, there's 2 seats there.
sit down?
So, have you come to a conclusion about what we had discussed the other day?
I believe we have. Is there a sword still behind the desk?
You can still. It's within arm's reach. Like it's always sort of been within arm's reach. Like you get the sense that if shit hit the fan, she her first instinct would be to.
Yeah.
Sword up.
Yes, we have. And originally, we wrote out a lengthy, boring contract, but I kind of get the idea that you sign enough of those on a daily basis.
I like you a lot more today than I did previously.
I just kind of let my eyes wander to the sword for a moment, like purposefully. May I ask, not to be too forward, but may I ask a question? Why
Go
are you
ahead.
here?
Yeah, in this office specifically, or in the city, or that is a.
I mean, you seem like
very-
a very capable fighter. Just looking
What
at
gave you that impression?
The sword, just sitting there.
So someone has an impressive sword, and they're suddenly a good fighter.
One that's as beat up as that one.
She looks back at her, and it's like it's
Does it have any like
immaculate.
chips or anything? No. Okay.
It.
Does
Make
it
a
look like it? Does it
make
look
a
like it's
perception
warm?
check. Make a perception check.
The answer is always
12.
I can read people well.
What was that?
12.
12. You can see runes on it, but it's not worn.
Okay. Not well worn, but it just looks, you look like someone who can handle themselves in a fight. Just get that impression. And I'm somebody who likes, this sort of thing. And I guess gesture at the contracts and stuff. But
If you are asking whether you can have my job, you
no,
cannot.
no, thank you. It just seems strange. So,
I would appreciate it if you just got to the point.
sorry. We believe that we will take your offer. But
Wonderful.
we do have some. What's the word?
Demands, conditions.
Yes.
What are they?
More time.
Non-negotiable.
Why does it need to be so quickly?
It is a courtesy I am offering you before I make this available to others. For bringing the information to me. And if I make it available to others, I will pay you for the information, the original fee that we spoke of the other day.
Right. Appreciate that. If we bring you some identifying factor of Silas, well, because, his head might be gone. Who knows?
Proof that he is dead is good enough.
If we do that not within the first month, then does that price go down?
It will be back. It will be down to what standard rate that I would pay for mercenaries.
Press.
I'm sorry?
Nothing, sorry.
Can I make an insight check on her?
What are you trying to send?
Kind of whether she wants to be here or not.
Whether she wants to be here is.
As in this job.
Yeah.
Um 22.
I mean, she's very guarded. But I mean, it's information you had. She's she's a frontliner. She's in the desk job because she has to be. But if it were up to her, she would be in the front lines, swinging a sword. But again, that's information you had.
Yeah,
It's
no,
less
I know.
about.
Just
Yeah.
How can I use this against her?
So are you taking the contract or not?
No, we want 2 months.
Well, you're not
That's what
getting.
we talked about before we came in here.
Well, you're not getting 2 months. You have.
Well, then
1.5.
Let's negotiate.
The time limit is non-negotiable. Anything else that you want to negotiate about it?
I can guarantee you you're not going to get his head within a month. We are still agreeable. We can accomplish this. However, we might need a window.
And if you take more than a month, it is open season. As I mentioned before, the exclusivity is a courtesy for bringing me the information. It's an opportunity that I'm offering you. If you're able to complete the task, you get a considerable reward. Otherwise, you get market rates if you still bring me his head.
In that case, we'll probably need some more help.
I'm more than happy to provide you with a few good men. The idea here is to minimize the amount of resource that I spend on this. Deploying troops will be an expensive affair. It's cheaper for me to pay 3,000 platinum.
You don't need to commit any more resources to this. Surely you know from the situation that we outlined that the location of Silas Worrell is in flux. It's in constant momentum. That will take time to pinpoint exactly where he is and at what time.
You have a month.
And you are unwavering on this.
Absolutely.
In that case, then, if there can be no way to persuade you in this, we'll have to take any of the help that you can offer. And what would you be offering?
Resources like potions and things of that like. I can get you transportation to within where you need to go, and
And
some of
then-
my men. The idea here is to small strike team, not deploy an entire troop.
Of course, stealth and all that. Plus,
And having some of my men with you will give me enough confidence that you have completed a task and you're not trying to pull one over me.
No. See, I'm not interested in your men. Because if they could accomplish this, this would be a much more straightforward proposition.
well, we do need some help.
We do, I just don't know if we need this help.
That is up to you. It is open. I am willing to offer. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to fail. The idea is that you succeed. It
I'm
is
sorry,
good for
we have
everyone.
had just a lot of bad experiences with people fucking us over. With contracts and whatnot. And I kind of just like pull up the Valier robes a little bit.
You get the sense that she understands what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we're being overly cautious, you see, but we'd also prefer not to die.
If you could provide us a month's worth of rations, healing potions, as you say, then I feel like that's maybe enough to sweeten the deal. 'Cause
I can-
right now,
I can provide you with a month's worth of rations, and a set of healing potions. They are hard to
Transportation
brew.
and a few men.
Transportation and two of my best.
Two. Oh. Let me change that from few to two.
Don't get me wrong, these two are worth about 10 each.
Right. Unfortunately, I believe that is the best we might be able to do.
Shall we consider that an agreement then?
I would like this month to start at
It
least
starts.
tomorrow.
Let's start today. We've got a month from today.
remind me what the date is?
I don't know, 12th of March.
So how many days are in that month? Because I know some months are 30, some are 31.
30 days from today.
A month from the
30.
day.
Yeah. From so
30
today's the 12th of
30
March.
days.
So today's 12th of March. By 12th of April, you have to complete this task.
So 29 days as of today.
Sure.
You know, those business days.
Do we get weekends off?
It's actually a leap year.
What about public
It
holidays?
skips 8.
Skip
It's
save.
weird. We've actually got a whole year every month.
Well,
If it's 2020, then we do.
Jeez.
But also not.
I do hope that this 29 days will be enough to accomplish this. We do have a non-negotiable event that we need to partake in during that time, which will more than likely take some time. But here we are.
Is that within the month?
Yeah,
Ah,
it's 2 weeks away.
well. Crap.
Yeah. It's very much not in the same place. That's Scott talking.
Or is it?
Fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we do all know about that though, so you know.
Issa can bring us to where we need to be.
Yeah, true then.
Are we in agreement then?
It's just to confirm, these are going to be provisions for 5 for the 29 days. And, well, we'll be returning from that time, so 29 days should be fine. And the total amount of healing provisions that you're able to provide?
To each, one superior, one regular.
1 superior, 1 regular. So, 5 of each.
Sell the roll, buy more mercenaries.
Honestly. Alright.
Well, I suppose we should hurry.
You should.
I trust that your men will be ready to leave within the hour.
There.
Good.
She reaches within the thing and hands you a piece of paper that has her seal on it, which is ram horns.
Cool, her own logo.
Yeah. And she says, "Take that down to the quartermaster. You will give you the rations and potions. My men will be available from here. Take this," and she gives you another piece of paper, and that to the Rolly that you met. You will make sure the men are ready to leave when you are.
Right, I suppose that's that then.
Any chance we can convince you to come with us?
No,
Don't think
I'm needed here, unfortunately.
Well,
She shakes a hand. It is a firm hand.
yeah, I feel like just like kind of winces a little bit and just like.
One final.
At recovery time with 3 broken fingers today.
Have you found out some information about the attack the other night? Both the Ent and the event at the circus.
I read about the end. It is being dealt with. Not my department.
Right.
As of the attack of the circus, a few rumors, things of that nature.
The city went into a lockdown that night, did it? Or
It did.
so? Right. Okay. Very well. Good luck with your ongoing investigation.
Good luck with your task ahead. I hope you come back
Alive?
successful, and I hope I get to give you your reward.
As do we. Don't go anywhere.
If we don't see you in a month, then I guess it's us versus whoever else you send out there.
Yes, it is.
That went badly.
We say as we
No,
are
I don't
outside.
say that, yeah.
I'll pick back up Manibus and
I'll just kind of give a little bow and leave.
we really needed that other month.
I'm sorry, I tried, but think one of the reasons they call her the Ram is because she's unmoving.
Yes.
So much for the weakest link.
No.
She's,
Well, we've got something.
Shows how strong the other links are.
Yeah.
At least we have food. Transportation will help save our legs.
And maybe just like close the thing and then.
It's just the internet being addicted.
Today?
I say we wait till we leave in the morning.
Yes, I'm sure. I hope the others are back.
If they're not, then we leave without them. You understand that, right? They didn't tell us where they were going. They didn't give us any sort of clue. And I don't know about you, but I'm not entirely alright with that. Because if we are supposed to be a team, then we actually have to, try to be one.
Well, we're going to need that for this, aren't we?
Yes.
As we don't have time.
No, I think, maybe if we can... I'll contact Ro and see if she's done with whatever she's doing. See if she has any backup that she could provide as well, and...
I know she's not on good terms with the guild, or at least the guild that we left behind, but the pieces of the guild we left behind.
And this is a different town, and technically not Thieves' Guild.
Yeah. If she does have help, I think anything can help. What I'm kind of, what I'm holding out on or hoping for is that we'll be able to persuade Brudrin.
Gosh, I mean...
He is a friend of this town.
That certainly would be backup.
He can get us an inn. He flew us all the way here to Thompson. If we can find the location of where Silas sits, if he can get us in there, that's all that we need. I think, like Guala said, we don't need great numbers, we don't need an army. A dragon's an army. I'm sure
Dragon's also very conspicuous.
Precisely. The dragon's not there for our benefit. He's there to
Scout?
well, to cause a distraction, to be conspicuous. After releasing us as close to Silas as possible, we do what we do, try to do what we do, and then hope that he's going to be able to swoop us up afterwards. He is supposedly a friend of this town. He cares for it. And I do believe that Silas is a threat to Thompson. This is his rightful seat of power. Or at least his family's. I think he has eyes for Voxmore, but I'm sure this place is desired as well.
Yes.
And we'll be able to spin it that way.
The thing about power is that once you have one thing, there will always be something else that's bigger and better. Or not so bigger and better, but just something else. That's just how it works. So, he takes down Voxmore. Who's to say he won't take down the rest of Threaten Court?
Well, I think this place is very personal to him. If that book is anything to go off, then I'm sure that being as old as dragons are, Brudrin might even have previous encounters or a notion of who the Morels are and the threat that they could potentially pose to Thompson.
Listen, how about we go and tell the soldiers, or the men, that we're going to leave First Light tomorrow. And we go up into a hill and...
I can't contact him today. It's going to have to be in the morning.
Right. Right. It's not like we can just yell to the heavens.
Well, we can, but I think we'll just be seen as mad. Which I'm sure probably many passerbys already do.
Do you remember that Dragonborn in the desert?
Yes, I
Don't say his name.
remember his name.
What
Just
that
thinking
was
the same
about.
thing.
We do have other friends as well.
Yes.
Rogar, Topaz.
They might have gone off to another land at this point, who knows?
I don't know. I'm not so sure. It's not so easy to accomplish that. I think if they did, it was by accident in the first place.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus, I think. Alright,
I do have some goals I'd like to accomplish today. We didn't have adequate protection last night, and that's my mistake.
protection from... what do you-
Each of us should have had protection and alarm.
Right.
I'm going to have to borrow those friends from the bag of holding.
Right,
Sentinels.
maybe we wait until we're inside the inn.
I was actually planning on taking a bit of a dip with them into the harbour.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible idea. Sorry, Hessel, but there's a lot of people around the harbor.
There were quite a few people. They might find that alarming if... Yes, even if they were robed.
Yes, if a bunch of people
are you
walked
dead-
off the dock.
Are your dead guys in the bag of holding in the
They're-
moment?
oh, yeah.
They're all like
just
bones.
the bones of
Just the bones.
of the ones that Brudrin toasted for me.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, I got a bag full of bones.
yeah. Bag of bones.
Yep, the 3 humans and the dwarf.
Yep, I think I have that
Full of
in the list of stuff. There we go.
Yeah, bag of bones.
3 sets of human, 1 set dwarf. Doesn't say what they are, but I should probably put bones there.
Well,
It's a human.
as much as I don't want to impose Lux, perhaps, yes, inside might be safer and less dramatic. And then if the others are back within that time, you can talk and plan and... Yes.
We do have another week.
Back to the inn then. Unless you have anywhere you'd like to stop along the way.
I'll stop at the
Sure.
quartermaster
Yeah.
and let him know that we'll be leaving at first light and
Yep.
we'll take the supplies now.
So he hands you
I'll put that
2
in the
packs, which is rations for a month, and then he hands you a box, like a
Clink, clink, clink.
yeah. It's, you hear the clinking as you open it. It's like
I'm just
Rose.
pitching immediately just
Tasty.
so many potions turn.
Yeah.
so there's
Cranberry juice.
there's
10.
1 superior and 1 regular healing potion for each of you.
okay. Because you said 5.
Yep, so 5 regular,
So 5.
5 superior.
So
So enough
10.
for 5 people. Yeah. And we'll start to make our way back towards the inn. Unless there's anything that Ophelia would like to stop off.
And you're also
along
letting
the
him
way.
know that to have the people ready to go first light tomorrow.
Yes. And that would meet at the guardhouse.
Sweet.
I would like to maybe go into just like the town part of town, the marketplace. Wow. And just kind of stop in at a couple of more like magic type shops to see if there's any items that are within my price range, or you know,
The only magic shop
this is the one we went to before.
is the one that you know of. Is the one like it's not really a shop. It's like Rem and Amara make magical items, so you can go
Right.
speak to them.
Yeah.
But there isn't really a magic store like a
There was just Stan the
Yeah.
Potion Man, right?
Yeah, Stan the
Just
Potion Man.
potions, yeah.
Yeah.
Stan the
Okay, well,
Potion Man, and then there's Brock's Clocks.
Yes.
Clock shop.
Yeah, Brock's
right
Clocks.
next to Brock's Clock Shop, which is a very different thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Potion Man stand.
yes. Okay, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really within our price range that we can get.
I don't have any coins.
We've got
What are you after? What do you desire?
I just thought maybe something more protective or
Big
something.
question.
But I guess we've got mage armor and all that.
No, there was definitely there could be items, possibly. It's worth looking if you want to go and look.
Make an investigation check if you're actually going looking for magic items.
Yep. 18.
Yeah. Looking around, it's like the only one. So if you go into general stores and stuff, they're all weaponsmiths and etc., and you ask for, hey, do you have magical shit? They say, well, we know of one person who can make you some shit, and that's the total on the other side of the dock.
Ren.
Yeah. So.
Rich. Okay.
I suppose we don't exactly have the timeline to wait for something to be created.
No. Alright, let's just go back to the inn and then you can make your boys. Sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat. Yes.
Did you have robes and stuff for all of them?
I have robes and I have animal masks.
Right. Those are also in the bag of holding. The
There's
chimp and
A
the...
cat, a chimp, a bird, and a fox.
Yeah, I had down fox, bird, beastie, monkey.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, the cat's more of a displacer beast.
Alright.
Cool.
Go back to the...
So you make your way back to
Just imagining like
The worst
Like,
eyes one
no.
shot party.
I'm imagining like GTA 5 heist.
Yep.
But it's like uncoordinated skeletons in animal masks.
It's a very
It's like Octodad meets Octodad meets
Octodad meets
GTA.
GTA 5.
Quad heist.
Quad-heist.
Yeah.
So if we do make it back to the inn without any issues, I will go ahead and open up my room, and I'll just ask for the items from a few.
I'll just stick in the same room.
Yeah. So you just see Hessel, first of all, lay out all the clothes that they had before.
So are you reaching into the bag?
Yes, I am reaching into.
No, we had agreed that I would be reaching in the bag.
Yeah, so you'd stop.
Okay.
You'd stop me beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because Hessel absentmindedly would start to try and reach
Be
for
like,
it.
no, no, no. I'll
Right.
reach into the bag.
Cool. You reach into the bag and you withdraw.
Oh, okay. I don't have a rope.
So there's all of their clothing, the bones themselves,
I'm just kind of dumping them onto the floor.
and as I start building them, I think there should be one more finger bone, for the dwarf.
Oh, that one's
Just like bit
it's
by
just
bit,
missing. It's just gone, bro.
and yeah. So I'll kind of piece them all together as best I can. The one that is the beast.
You put the wrong legs on the...
The one that is the beast, which is one of the humans, I'm actually going to leave their skull in there, and instead I'm going to ask for Semia's skull. So there's the skull of a
Bugbear.
Ape.
bugbear.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For the chip. For the chip one.
Mix and match.
And then I will place the masks on top of them while they're all still unanimated and all the rest. So they have effectively layers. They've got
Or was it going to meld?
they've got their regular clothes on underneath, and then the traveling like the actual whole robes that they've got.
Yeah.
So they've been nice and robed, pretty well covered.
Mhm.
And then I will go and use 2 castings of Animate Dead at level 3.
Cool. You cast Animate Dead twice, and yeah, sure enough, they animate as per normal. They have their masks on. The masks do not
Within
melt.
Lux's demi-plane, she does not allow.
Yeah. Once they've kind of risen, I'll just be like, this is the cat,
Beastie.
or rather the beast,
I'm
the
calling
chimp,
it Beastie.
the fox, and
Beastie Boy.
and the bird. And then what I'll do is I'll ask for the 2 longbows that are in there,
Yep, and the
quivers for
quivers,
them?
yeah.
and the great sword and the great axe.
I also have a heavy crossbow.
Do we have bolts for that?
No, but we could get some.
Can they
It's
use
fine.
heavy crossbows?
They can use they can
Well,
use
I
great
can go.
weapons as
I
well.
can go and get some.
Yeah, because their strength stat goes up based off of your proficiencies, am I right?
No, they're bad with them.
Oh, right.
They are bad with them, like as in they will not do the same damage they would do with the dex-based weapon, but
Yeah.
they can still use it. It's
Okay.
just not as good.
Do you want me to go get crossbow bolts? Because I can.
No, it's alright. I think a little bit of versatility. Eventually, I'd like to have longbows for all of them,
Alright.
but longbows are rather pricey, surprisingly enough.
So the great sword,
The great sword and the great axe.
the Oathkeeper great axe. Okay.
Yes, a sniper rifle does cost a lot of money.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So 2 of them have longbows. The bird and the fox both have longbows. The beast and the chimp. So the beast, which the beast, which is the dwarf, has a great axe, and the chimp has a great sword.
Alright, so I'll say that between the going to Uwala,
Yeah.
searching up another market for magical items, going back and doing your animation rituals and blah blah blah, all of that will sort of get to the point where it's you're finishing this and you finally like, okay, cool, we're finally done, and you hear footsteps. The 2 of you arrive back at the inn.
When I hear them come upstairs, I'm going to open the door because we're in Hessel's room at the moment.
Which is my room.
Cool. So
Okay.
are you guys?
Mason was in.
No, we slept. We all slept. Oh, shoot.
I
Did we
stayed in the
sleep
same room
together?
as Hessel.
Did you? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was doing the stuff with the bodies, and I put my bag in there, and he went to sleep
Yeah.
there because I had to be
Yes.
quiet to not wake him when I got up.
That's
Right,
true,
that's
yeah.
right. And Callan was
Cool.
in the same room as me.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, eventually you both arrive at the inn, and you hear footsteps from
Down below.
outside. Yeah.
There'll be tons of footsteps outside.
No, it's empty.
Yeah, it's not here.
It's not
I
here.
thought you mean outside.
Oh,
yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it's a
No.
whole
I was like,
Inside,
outside is
yeah.
we're on
No,
this is
outside of your
rooms.
rooms, like footsteps on wood, and there's nobody else in the tavern. So.
I arrange myself in a disappointed manner.
I opened the door.
Yep. You open the door to see Hessel and Ophelia and skeletons, and yeah, you see.
What happened to you? What happened to both of you?
His thing's done.
It's done.
It was so great of you to leave a note.
I'm not in the mood for this today,
Okay.
so I'm gonna go grab my bag.
Mara's gone.
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 What do you mean gone?
She left
I
last night.
don't know exactly when. Lux seems to have a sense over this place. She sensed the 2 of you leaving, but Mara didn't leave. It was like she was there and then she wasn't. We tried to contact her. Lux tried to contact her and got Dakara.
What did the car say?
Basically, Mara's not there right now.
Yes, like a triangulation or something. You don't. The 2 of you have no connection to this, or
No idea.
No, she wasn't there when we left. So I was going to see if she would join as well, but she was gone when we
Why didn't you ask us? We all had water breathing.
He didn't want to put you guys at risk. All we do is put people at risk wherever we go.
There'd already been enough people getting hurt yesterday with the treant
we were at risk because of the treant.
and the sharks, and
Then
you didn't even want to go. It was
I said that I would go to help you.
no, but it was my
Kelly made a decision.
thing. I didn't want other people.
Kelly made a decision to go and not put your life and my life at risk.
Unfortunately,
But your life was at risk because you went with him. I don't understand why you were...
I woke up. I saw him, and I wasn't going to let him go alone and die. I made my own choice.
You didn't give us a choice.
It
That's
wasn't
the
your
thing.
choice to make.
It was-
It's his journey.
It was my quest.
Then
You had the choice and you came, and you got attacked by sharks, and
we all did. Yes, because we're a team. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be a team.
yes, you're right. That is your journey, but we are all still bound together by contract. that is broken only upon our death. And upon that death, the debt becomes all of ours. Each one of our lives is important. If we throw that away, we make life harder for each other.
That's why I didn't involve you in it. Because your lives are important.
If you die down there, your death would be our responsibility.
And if you die down there on my quest, that will weigh on me for the rest of my life. Because you've died for something that wasn't even your thing.
Whether we like it or not, we are bound. Even Mara.
But we're not attached to you at the hip.
No,
To
but we
any of you.
were all attacked last night.
Do you understand that we're worried, that we care? That's all this is us trying to care.
And that is the same reason.
I'm just saying, if you had said, I want to do this alone, absolutely. Do it on your own. That is fine. But
And
we didn't know where you had
I
gone.
said that yesterday, and you all wanted to come, and you got attacked twice in that same day.
But it would have
I knew
been
if I
different.
asked, you would have come, so I didn't give you the choice to feel obligated.
I can understand your meaning behind that. I do. But you leaving also put us in danger. We each took rooms last night so that we would have someone in there, so that we'd have a chance to have someone on watch. We were all together when we were attacked. When we were separated in Gallum, we were attacked. We were lucky then. We got off okay. We, no matter where we go, are in peril. And yes, there will be times when we aren't attached at the hip. But when we are together, we are always stronger. And when we are still in peril, we don't know the origin of that attack last night. We don't know where that came from. No one in this town does. They haven't seen an attack like that before, which means it was specifically there for us. No random event. If that had happened again when it was just myself and Ophelia here, or just Mara returning after we were gone,
Looking
it
for
could be
you.
very different. The problem is we all care. That much is clear.
That's a good problem to have.
All I'm asking for is communication. for you to talk to us and let us know, what the plan is.
I swear to you that I wouldn't go behind your back. If there is a personal journey that you wish to undertake, then that is your journey.
Yes.
I won't sneak along and try to help you accomplish it anyway.
If you tell us to stay, we will stay.
I know there's no way that either of you could have known that Mara was gone. But surely you can understand our concern upon waking up to find,
3 people gone.
especially after what we experienced last night. And the deaths it caused.
And we didn't know if you had been taken or something.
Hell, in Gallum, you just went for a nice relaxing bath. And they tried to kill you. We all, unfortunately, have horrible people that want to do horrible things to us. I think maybe myself and Callian are a little bit exempt from that. But the Reserve want to see you inside out. And these Oath Keepers, or the Lucid Left Hand, or whoever the hell it is, desperately wants to see you dead. We can't always be around each other, that's true, but we stand a better chance at protecting each other when we know what we're doing. The fact that you're both alive here is a very good thing, for multiple reasons.
I'm not not promising that I'll let you go alone if you want to do a personal journey. Not if I know it's dangerous. I won't make that promise.
See, he's stubborn. So you can't tell him.
I expect that.
I'm not going to let you walk into somewhere like that alone and die.
No.
What made you
I'm
think
grateful
that?
for
But you'll leave us alone to die.
What made you think that we would?
We weren't
feel any
leaving you
different?
to die.
I'm
We were
just
leaving.
saying that that is a possibility.
You could fall off the pier and drown.
You could be mugged out.
Just never mind.
Right.
Just
But no, I get your point. But as long as you also understand that from my point of view, that was safer for you, leaving you here.
It also put his life in danger,
That was his
You-
choice to make.
You didn't.
and you didn't give us a choice as well.
you didn't.
If Mason had gone down there and died as well,
I went of my own accord.
precisely.
But
I
you
know
just
you're
you
not
just never
forced
give
to.
us the chance to have any sort of accord. That's the problem.
I gave you the chance, and you did almost die. That's why I wasn't.
But we had a conversation again, so we could go down under better circumstances.
Every spell I have today is for that journey.
I can breathe underwater right now. Technically.
Yeah.
Did
That's
you
true.
accomplish everything that you set out to do?
We did.
We also found out more about our problem. Morale.
That's good. How?
It's an order of knowledge. There was repository down there. Wasn't expecting it, but it had. Long story short, Warel. If this is the same Warel that we know of, then he is old. Very old. And he's been holding this grudge for years. Probably for a twisted reason similar to what this order that I was following believes in, standing against Foxmoor and Reserve and its rule over who knows what.
Well, he and his family were slighted by Foxmoor and by the Branton Court.
Yeah.
So I can understand that grudge.
And it seems like he's festered on that for decades.
How many decades?
Since before Voxmoor was called Voxmoor.
And how long's that?
Voxmoor was lifted into the sky
50 years
about
ago.
30?
Yeah, close 30 years ago.
But when was it not called Voxmoor?
It took the name Voxmoor when it was lifted into the sky.
Right.
Before that, it was just simply called the Barantan capital.
But this is the last name of Warel's, Silas Warel. Whenever that empire fell, that's how long he's been holding this grudge.
And when was that? Because I do know that because it was vaguely in the book.
100
Yeah,
Plus years.
plus years.
100 odd years, about a century ago.
So,
He's not. Well, I mean, elves live long times. He was.
Was he now?
He was
Human.
the vision
He was
that
Gith.
Mara showed
Yes,
us.
that's right.
Yeah. The vision that Mara showed us. He seemed elfish.
He said it. He said to tell you that he was.
He's a gift.
Yeah.
He was a
right, that's
Gith.
right. And there was
Yeah.
one other gift.
There's
on the
one other
council.
gift
Right,
that's
yeah.
on the council.
Right.
On
Yeah.
the council on the Barantan.
But perhaps giths are elf adjacent. They have ears similar.
Alpha adjacent.
I'm going to start going through my bag and I'm going to be getting out.
You see a candle that's like wedged up on the top of the thing with your watch that's wrapped around it, and there is a note
Note in
that's
there.
like embedded in the top of the candle.
We'll get to that later.
You move it and open your pack.
I'm getting out like pliers out of my woodworking tools,
Yep.
out of my carpentry tools, and I'm getting out my large amount of bandages, and I'm going to start. I'm going to take my shirt off, and I'm going to start pulling the zombie's nails out of my back, which are embedded, and I'm going to start bandaging my wounds so that they're no longer bleeding into my clothes.
I will.
Sorry, do you mind? I'll just, like, once you're taking one of those nails out, I'll just take it and, like, Melibus has, like, a nail that's slightly loose, and I'll just kind of remove that. Just put the new one in.
Oh.
Just because it's, like, a little bit sharper.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
absent-mindedly, not
Okay,
really thinking
I got
about it.
I got it.
Yep. Cool. Yeah.
We had to see Luella this morning.
How'd that go?
She's very, very, very stubborn. Very stubborn.
So what's the deal?
She was unmoving for a month. But,
So
We have.
we have 1 month to provide proof of his death.
Yes.
yes, in whatever
We
form
have-
it might be.
I'll tell them what we had for us. Transportation, potions, rations, the 2 dudes.
Do we know what sort of transportation?
No. Did she mention?
I'm
You
assuming
didn't
it's a cart.
And what happens after the month?
After the month, it becomes open season.
Yes.
What I'm thinking
So
is...
less money, but
Still not nothing.
What I'm thinking
we would
is-
just have to be up against.
Do we know what her standard?
What I'm thinking, what we were offered before, I believe, we would get regardless of whether we complete it. If it comes to a month, the alternative for us is providing proof of Silas Burrell's death. We've got a month to figure out how to fake that.
That's true.
So we have that as a backup.
Right. And
And-
if we can't fake it, which would be a real bad slight, and we do somehow, after a month, manage to kill him, do we get the same amount?
No.
After a month, the rate is lowered because it is the rate that she would pay regular mercenaries.
So at that stage, it becomes
Right
less.
now, we have exclusivity. Exclusivity? Did I say that right?
Yep.
Yes.
If a month passes and we haven't accomplished it, there isn't much worth in us
It's us
following to
against
accomplishing it.
a bunch of other mercenaries.
Even if we still manage, it's still not. Still something, I guess.
Do we know how much she would pay? As to whether it's still worthwhile
How much
finishing?
is the going rate for a mercenary?
You didn't ask.
Ro would know. I'll ask her.
It's dependent on where you're from. Mercenaries in the
Yeah.
burrow are cheaper than mercenaries here, probably.
And also depending on the mercenary job, I would think, maybe.
I mean, you haven't spent too much time as a merc for hire.
If we
So
can,
you have no
if
idea.
we can,
Just very briefly.
The bigger the hunt, the bigger the reward.
if we can accomplish it within a month, I think it is worth it. But if it comes to, too close to down to the wire, there's no real reason for us to pursue it.
And we don't.
Voxmore is no ally to us,
No.
Those innocent people.
and
there.
Issa made it pretty clear that they don't see Silas Burrell as a threat. I think it would take until he took some action for them to make a movement on that.
I could always use the cash.
Cash is good,
Cash is not
that much
bad.
is true, but
If we can do it without getting ourselves killed, then
Cash is good when you're broke.
cash is good. Protecting people he might hurt is good. It's-
that's true. Again,
if it's doable, that's the.
I will do what I can in my research to find a possible way in which we might be able to provide proof of his death. Celebrations in the town. It's what was
Sounds
left
like
from
the attack has
circus.
started.
Yes, yeah. Must be what was left from the circus, excess stock.
Did it say in his manifesto what he might have been planning?
It was just a lot of
List of grievances. And
Yeah.
Wreak havoc.
basically, yeah. That,
So
that's
it was a evil villain's monologue.
pretty much.
Incel
practice.
monologue.
Yeah, basically.
It's practicing his monologue.
Yeah.
This all started 15 years ago when my father was...
Yeah, that kind of thing.
And you're just kind of like, okay, oh, here we go.
Silent people, taking out the power,
And then the girl
corruption.
didn't like me very much.
Dear diary.
Rue of the day, yep.
Do you have this? Do you have this book that you?
No, nothing from the archives can leave the archives.
Biggest I've seen. And I've now seen 2 libraries.
If we had that book, we could march into Voxmore and prove to them that this is something that they
I
might
don't know
want
if
to
they
think
would take
about.
that as proof, to be honest.
I think the more that I hear about Voxmore, the more I don't exactly want to help them.
I don't necessarily agree with them.
I also can't really march in there, personally.
We also don't know firsthand where they stand on things. It's all people's thoughts and rumors. They might have people looking into it separately.
That's true.
I'm sort of indifferent about Voxmore, to be totally honest. They just kind of exist. I mean, they do some shit stuff, but they do some good stuff, so... I mean, I could,
Stuff, yeah.
I don't mind moving. We could move out of where they roll over. Head off to whatever it is to the east of here that I can't remember the name of.
Well,
Marrying that other continent.
No, I meant just like...
the
just over
Sugardian
Oh,
Empire?
oh,
No,
east.
Human
Other way.
Empire.
Not west. East.
Haven
That's
Hall.
The
and,
Vaksha dynasty.
Vaksha.
Vaksha Dynasty. Or we could go up
That's
north. I mean, I like north.
Well, we are going up north shortly.
There we go. So,
Yes, there is the matter of that. Within this month, we also need, which we have been told that there would be transportation. So I suppose Issa is someone that we can rely on for that. Whether or not he'd be able to just drop us back to where we were, I don't know.
Maybe
We
there's a
were
way to use that.
thinking about potentially contacting Persian.
I think
Hello.
that's a good idea.
I like that. I like dragons. I like dragons when they're on our side. So that, yeah.
What that
We'd
dragon
have to
was
do
kind
that.
of capable of was
Do
rather
that tomorrow.
remarkable. If we could use that as a distraction, that would be invaluable.
I don't mind being a dad to a dragon, honestly.
And honestly,
It's better than Valier.
I would hope that he would start chomping on the man we want to kill as well.
Well,
Would be
that
nice.
would be ideal. I am concerned with how many.
He is seated on a giant lightning target. If it
Clever.
conducts or not.
I was doing some calculations the other morning.
Quick math.
By the way, fox, chimp, beast, and bird.
I've been
And they've
calling
just
them
been silently standing, like, at the back of the room.
I mean, I gathered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With my current.
Which one's the short one?
Beast.
Oh,
No,
beast.
none of them.
Beast is the dwarf.
That's a dwarf
Yeah.
with a bugbear head.
Yeah.
Swapped over the femurs.
I've been calling them Foxbird,
Just
Beastie,
one
and
female.
Monkey.
Diagonal.
With my
One
current
arm.
with my current skill set and knowledge, if I had time and enough energy, I could make 24 of these creatures walk.
Goodness.
Well, that's not very stealthy.
No.
So
What I'm
odd.
trying to make known is I have been practicing this kind of magic specifically. It's taken years to get to this point, but I've had the ability to do this for a few months at the most, a month at the most. If Silas Worrell has existed for hundreds of years, he would have a lot more than 24.
Yes.
Maybe he's
Reason.
reasoned it.
Maybe he is really bad at it. I hope that's the
Maybe he's a
case.
slow learner.
Won't feel so insignificant.
Maybe he's just like a weird little incel on a tree. Like.
Hold the line.
And sitting in a tree.
Um.
I'm going to invest in GME.
So, where I can see this, he might have a lot of friends, is what I'm trying to say.
Where did
And,
this
that's,
rabbit hole come from?
and it would be difficult to keep them all occupied. A dragon flying in the sky would be able to keep a large number of them occupied, enough that we might have time to take a man's head off.
Assuming
Hand.
that kills
Do we have
him.
fingerprinting now?
What about DNA?
If we were going to fake the process,
Identified.
we would need to separate ourselves from two individuals that would be following us. There are two men that Uala has offered I think as part of the transportation.
I mean, they could have had a horrible accident while we were.
Listen, I don't think
traveling,
you should be
or while we
killing the
were
people.
fighting.
That's
Maybe don't kill the people who are going to report back to her.
Yeah, but if they die in the
Oh, if
line
they
of
die,
duty,
they die. It's fine. Whatever.
I'm saying if we're talking about faking this.
and of course, if Yuala the Ram was somehow listening to this conversation, we are in jest with
Of
everything
course.
that we say. Yes.
There's a long, quiet pause.
With that long, quiet pause sort of settling over you, we'll take our second break.
Oh, good.
Okay, so as you've just finished a conversation about
Life, the universe. and
life, the universe, and everything else in between,
42.
yeah.
No, it was
long
24
pause.
guys I could raise.
Roll.
A long pause settles.
While we wait for you all of the ram to jump out of the shadows.
Yeah.
Do have my shirt off.
And noticing that there is no sneak attack that happens on you, what is it that you like to do?
I sneak attack. I probably
So,
I'm going to contact Ro
Okay.
and
With your sending stone?
see if she's able to join us at some point.
I think it's worth mentioning to her that we have 29 days, which is how many days we have after tomorrow. Rather, tomorrow. At the start of tomorrow.
30 days from today.
30 days from today. This
Right.
is the 30th of the days.
You're leaving.
You are.
Come on, Lord, is my face.
I ain't in your face.
We leave the first light.
Come on in. Early nights thing, guys.
I'm gonna go back to my room,
Cool. You go back to your room.
which I'm decidedly not sharing with Callie.
Cool.
Oh, my room got fucking destroyed. That's why I was sharing with Callian.
Yep.
Yep.
Take Mara's room.
Yeah, Mara's got a free room now.
Yeah, go sleep in Mara's room with his untouched bed.
Yeah. You walk into Mara's room. It's
But
pristine.
before because it's probably later if I know, yeah.
It's like
Cool.
midday.
Well,
Or just past.
just past. It's
I
like
thought it was
almost
evening.
That's like
1:30, 2 o'clock.
Oh shit, okay, I thought it was like evening.
No.
Okay, never mind. I will contact Ro though. And I will briefly tell her.
What do you say? You're casting the sending spell. You
Boy.
got 25. You got 25 words.
24.
Because she knows about Silas Farrell.
You've been keeping her up.
I have been keeping her up to date.
Okay.
as much as you can.
We are going after Morale.
You have 29 days.
Have 29 days. 29 is one word.
Stop.
Okay.
Say it fast
I was saying the numbers, not the word.
Yeah. Going after Morale. Leaving Thompson tomorrow. Have 29 days.
Can you join and bring friends?
Have army? Question mark.
Reward is 3,000 platinum.
With 10 words.
That's 15 now.
You get 2 more words.
Yeah.
3,000 platinum.
If you can join us, that would be great. Thanks.
So,
Maximizing it. No, what you need to do is just put all of that into a text-to-speech engine and just have it say it as one word.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
you gather the messages received, and you get just a understood from.
Somehow she sent me the thumbs up
It was an
emoji.
emoji.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
because
just,
I don't know when Katie's back.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, you get the thumbs up emoji.
When we talked to Issa, did he say that he could provide people?
can't remember. Like, for helping us.
He did say that he could provide you some of the trainees, like a couple of the trainees.
For what trainees?
I think
Because he doesn't, like, while he does have access to, because I believe the conversation was that he does have access to some of the guard.
Yeah.
But if Valier knew that you were sending out guards to help clear your debt, that would be
Bad.
counterproductive.
Yeah. I think the notion that we got as well is that he would be okay with helping us out in terms of transportation, possibly. Like, especially once we knew where it was. That there was like a vague notion of that, maybe.
Yep.
But I think that's a late game thing.
We need to spend 2 weeks in the woods training and scouting. Like a montage of just...
Yeah. In that case, once I've...
Well, I was thinking,
just grind boards.
Yeah.
That sounds bad, but I know what you mean.
Cows and lumbering.
Cows and Lumbridge. Oh.
Is that fucking RuneScape?
Yeah.
God,
That is a throwback. I love it.
It always like concerned me. It's like, are you just killing somebody's livestock? Like,
He's gonna kill our cows and lumbridge until we have 99 attacks.
so
Yeah.
do we go back to
A burrow?
not the burrow? No.
Who was that bastard that was going to rat us out?
Gallon.
Gallon
Go back to
decided
Gallon
to
and just start
kill
killing
cows.
cows.
No, there was that one farmer. He wasn't a cattle farmer, but I'm sure
Oh,
we could find cattle by
but
him.
I have his name. Give me a second.
I also have it somewhere, but in my book is gone from the wall.
Your book is actually I've got it.
Okay, cool.
I will give it to you tomorrow.
Thanks, because we found it while packing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
His name was
Baldric. His name was
Bunt.
bloody Baldric.
Baldric Bunt.
The farmer that was going to turn us into
He
Valier.
has a wheat farm. We bought loaves of bread off him, and then we hid in his barn for a night.
On that time.
No, but he was going to hand us over to the people that were looking for us because if they came to the thing, which is fair. I understand
That's
it.
valid. Like,
No, he betrayed us as a blood debt.
How much experience is wheat worth?
One way to find out.
Blood requires blood.
Yes.
should we go and just kill some rats? Like,
3.5 million boars that'll give us level 50.
What I'm thinking is tomorrow morning.
I will come back after I've sent the message.
Tomorrow morning,
I'm trying to kill that which is...
I'll be prepared to have some long distance conversations. I can contact Drudrin, see if he would be interested.
Salts.
I think if we hike the stakes up, which the stakes are pretty hiked, hiked
go
is a
killing
word
cows.
that exists in this universe. Then we have that. It doesn't have to be something instantaneous, but I think it's still going to take time for us to track down precisely where and when he is, in what places.
Well, we know the places. It's just which one he'll be at.
Yes.
Because the tree moves. I don't think the camps move, but the tree does.
That's one way to find out.
I think if we, and that's the problem, is how often does it move? If we stay in one location for long enough, surely it might pop up there.
If we head to the closest one, we'll at least know if there's a camp there or not.
That's true. And perhaps if there are any nearby villages, not major towns, just nearby villages, they might have a notion of when the last time they saw a giant black tree appear.
Just mountains.
I'm going for a walk. I will be back. I'm going downstairs.
Don't get stabbed.
I'm going to go down 4 flights of stairs, and I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to get a bottle of alcohol, and then I'll be back to the room.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine?
If you disappear, we're going to have to hunt you down.
Okay. Well, that is my plan. If I don't come back in the next, 5 minutes, something horrible has happened to me.
Yes.
You know what? Honestly, valid.
Okay? I'm making sure it's well known.
In the state that you're in, I do appreciate you actually telling us that. If we hear a thump down the stairs, we'll bring the healing potion.
Mason falls down the stairs and just dies.
It's almost like, dying to a lunch tray.
Oh, yeah.
That's to come.
That's good.
Alright. I am going to go downstairs to the bar.
Yep.
And I'm going to find the...
You find a very tiny piece of paper with handwriting all over it. Hazel's handwriting. It's an IOU. Just a very, 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 very long-winded IOU.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start opening corks to what look like liquor bottles.
Yep.
I'm gonna sniff and see what smells like the strongest,
purest alcohol because I want to clean the drowned zombie nail cuts in my back so they don't get infected.
Good idea. Yeah, roll investigation.
You just accidentally
can
open a
remove
like
disease.
200-year bottle of wine.
16.
You managed to find a strong enough alcohol. It's
Vodka.
yeah,
I just
a
want
vodka.
lick. I'm gonna go. No, not strong enough. Whoa, okay,
Yeah.
that'll do.
Yeah.
Once your eyes start watering,
No,
that's
that's floor cleaner.
Bleach. Perfect.
Yeah, no,
So-
you find some really strong vodka, really strong Dwarvish vodka.
All right, cool. I'm going to head back upstairs.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna come inside. And be like, was it 5 minutes? Am I gone?
It was close. I did have like the hourglass just sitting there next to me. I was just like,
Sweet. At least you knew where I was. So
No.
I come in and shut the door and then go back.
Sweet.
there is still the issue
Roll
of
for
Mara.
sass.
Yeah, that's predictable. It's a 3.
You
The
failed
sass,
to
the
sass.
sass is there.
Yeah,
It's,
it's
just
just
not, it's just not very well.
It's just sass squash.
it's the
right?
dice sassing you, not you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore that.
Cool. Cool.
There is still the Mara situation. We don't know.
What are we gonna do about that? I feel like
I
that's
don't know
more,
if there's anything we can do at the
I
moment.
feel like that's more important though.
It is. It most
Should
certainly
be.
is.
I-
The last time that she did this was when we were in the tower, when you took
Yeah.
off after your friend and Ro left as well.
We can try and contact her again in
Had
the
an-
morning.
Yeah, 3 people leave.
If for some reason we encounter a great swath of undead creatures, I think we should be incredibly concerned. The last time Mara left, trouble showed up.
To be fair,
Not
Ro
because
also
of-
left and also Mason left at the same time, so it could be.
Neither of them have a
That's true.
ominous, shadowy figure that follows them around.
And potentially lives in mountains and steals children.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Who seems to be in control from the sounds of it, from what you said?
I still feel like we should find Mara, seeing as we are a group.
If we can.
Tomorrow I will be able to send to her again. I can try and reach out past Akara to Mara herself.
I think that's probably the option we have right now.
I'll be weaker for it, but that's a cost that's worth it.
I think we're
Should
mostly
be
going to
going
be traveling tomorrow, I think. Hopefully, just traveling.
Yeah.
But we should try and get to the full strength that we can have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, early night
Agreed.
tonight, yes.
If we can have
I
it
meant
back.
more of everyone together.
Yes.
I mean, did you contacted Ro? Do you know how far off she is? Whether she'll be
didn't
back?
say.
Do you know if she's safe?
Yeah, you got the thumbs up from her, which is
I
like,
got,
yeah.
I got the thumbs up emoji,
Right.
which is about as eloquent as she is most of the time, to be honest.
Something-
Regardless, in 2 weeks' time, we all have a date together.
We will be back for that.
What I
Or
suggest?
I can contact Issa at any point.
maybe as long as... If Jakara's in control, if he still holds to the summons,
I don't know if he can't hold to it. Like, if she doesn't show up, I'm pretty sure that there's effects. that
Oh,
take
it's
place.
it's death.
if-
Yes. And I don't think he wants Mara
No.
dead.
No, I think you're right. I think he does protect her still, and I think he is intelligent enough of a creature that he would be aware.
I can't imagine what Mara's going through with everything we've learned.
There's been a lot of death lately.
Yes.
Maybe we just give her until the summoning circle.
Are
And
you okay with her being out there by herself?
no, I mean definitely check in. But if we can't find her, at least she should be there at the summoning circle. and we can go from there. As long as she's alright, that's...
The way I see it is that I will contact her. I will keep contact.
Yeah.
But what I presume is that whatever purpose is there, why she left,
If she's even there. If Takara's in control, who's saying Mara's even there anymore? That's my biggest concern.
yes. If that's the case, then that is something that we would have to deal with.
I'm gonna go again. I'm staying within the inn. I'll be back soon.
Right. What I think, just as the light mason's hitting out, we should take those 2 weeks to go to the closest spot we know, scout out, find out what we can,
Agreed.
and, well, we know that we'll see Ro, and
Well, it's not
We
that
hope-
far from here. I don't think it's going to take 2 weeks to get there.
that's good. That will give us time to
Especially
search
transportation.
more, but a time to reconvene could be the summoning circle.
Yes.
Once there, if we're successful, we can go at this with everything.
Yes.
Hand me a map so that I can see how far away the initial.
There's little X's.
Yeah. It's about.
It's a couple of days on.
I think so, yeah.
Through the mountains, it will change.
Yeah.
Though.
Also, depending on what kind of transportation we have. Don't think
Here's
it's gonna
unicycles.
be Yay!
She's providing us with a boat.
Yeah.
Here's transportation.
It's got wheels, but
So here are your choices: boat, bunch of unicycles.
I was really hoping for a balloon.
what
but,
we
you know.
do is strap the unicycles
One red balloon.
to the boat, and then we all just kind of
Yeah, penny
I'll
off.
float down here.
And 7 griffins. Make your choice.
nice.
Miniature griffins.
So
My vote's unicycles.
around about 2 days.
To the nearest spot.
Dog.
About a day. I mean, depending, like, so if you've got the right kind of transportation, because usually to get to that spot without mountains would be a day. Mountains make it difficult terrain,
Yeah.
which takes you 2 days. But whatever transportation, like, if the transportation
it's
is suitable, then that negates the difficult terrain.
They're rams. She's giving us rams.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Right.
Rams.
Battering rams.
I feel like
Yes.
I feel like tomorrow we will.
I love the rams on rams.
Stop!
She rams Ramsey right with rams on rams.
I feel like we'll know more tomorrow. Tomorrow I can contact Mara. I can really try to reach through to her.
Yeah.
Not Takara, to Mara. And after that, I'll contact Brutrin and see if we can make a date, or at least get a commitment to something in the future that we are trying to find this place. Hell, even he might be able to help us seeking it out. The dragon flies incredibly fast. I'm sure if he scouted that area, he'd be able to find a black obsidian tree.
Yeah.
They stick out unless everything else around it is the same, and then even then I think it might stick out.
Yes. And like I
I
said,
just picture Silas being like, we need to hide this tree. We should surround it with more obsidian trees. But then we need to hide those, they stand out. Yeah, and then it just like cuts to 20 years later and just the whole forest is obsidian trees. He's like,
The whole island is just
good,
black.
they'll never find us now.
Sire, what if we just made the tree green like the other silence? Banished!
Disintegrate.
Yeah, just
Banished to the Netherrealm.
1,000 years.
It's just that comic panel of him getting thrown through a window, but it's just a portal into the abyss.
Yeah. Right.
And he has that voice now.
1,000 years in the pit.
And that legitimately was something that happened totally in character. Or that just
You just hit me around the corridor.
the real
1,000 years in the pit.
We're all the
really
same
what we
age.
need to do is treat him like he's a little boy. just
We need to find his great arch nemesis, He-Man.
Yeah, this is Skeletor. Yeah.
Good God.
Oh boy.
So,
Silas is Skeletor. Fucking hell.
we have the rest.
Skeletor.
We have the rest of the day to prepare to pray. I imagine you might want to talk to your friend again.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want company, and if you'd rather be alone, that's fine. I can always just send one of the boys.
So, I assume now that we're not leaving Thompson as well.
I'm sorry?
I mean, that was part of my reason for heading out this morning. Is
We're going to be leaving on the
we're
boat.
going to be leaving.
Yes.
Oh,
This-
I completely forgot about the boat.
This revelation changed things, I think, quite a bit.
I don't think that we have time. Boat. Really. And also, yeah, we have a contract now, so
Well, not so much a
not
contract.
so much a contract, but we have an agreement.
We have a possibility to free ourselves from a lifetime of debt,
Yes, that.
which is rather large.
And the boat was supposed to leave today, wasn't it?
Hours ago.
Yeah,
Yes,
hours ago.
Yeah.
That ship has literally sailed,
Yep.
Yes.
That ship has sailed.
or it's motorboated.
I'm going up the stairs.
You go up the stairs to where Laxara's room is. You knock and it.
It's still shitless, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's a
Holding a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
there's a
Can you pour this on my wounds?
there's a moment's
Love it.
pause and then you hear the door just click. It doesn't open. Just the
Unlock.
door unlocks.
I'll
Intelligence check.
try that.
It's open.
She didn't do that. And did that. And's like, yeah, she needs this.
It's open.
I'm like reasonable human being intelligent.
Yeah, it's
I'm
open.
not stupid. Alright, I open the door and I go in.
Yep. Over here, and that you hear that coming from outside, and she seems to be sitting in the like the balcony overlooking.
I'm familiar with her.
Yep. Yes, you are.
Penthouse.
Her quarters,
Yeah.
especially the lower quarter.
Her knees?
That's the basement.
I'm still so sorry about what happened.
Forget about it. I don't want to. I genuinely don't want to think about it.
Right. I have a favor if you are able. I know that you can do cool shit with magic. And I cannot.
I've been told that before.
I don't really understand it. But is there a way that you can our friend Mara is missing.
I've tried to reach out to her. Her friend doesn't seem to like it very much.
Is there any other way that you could see where she might be?
She didn't have scry.
Let me see if she has that spell. Give me a second.
I don't know much or anything about magics really, other than that I can punch ghosts because of some magic dance shit that an old human that's older than he looks taught me how to do.
Great sentence.
It's accurate.
That's about as far as it goes.
There's. You lot are quite a colourful bunch, especially when it comes to your experiences.
We've been told that before,
Um,
like quite literally as well.
I've not got that. The ability to look in on places.
Is that a thing that people can do?
There are some that can do that.
Right.
Not one of my. Not in my repertoire.
Thank you. I appreciate you for accommodating the idea.
You're welcome.
By the way, this is yours if you want payment for it.
Keep it.
using it to. Blank.
Just been using it to
You.
clean up.
She sort of waves her hand.
Be more subtle than that.
Yeah.
There's one thing Mason knows how to do historically with rolling. It's be
What?
seductive.
Yeah.
She waves her hand like she asks,
Accurate.
"What's that? That's nasty."
Librarians.
Yeah.
And she sort of starts to wave her hands, and you receive.
Lay your hands on me.
Wow.
I offered, you turned me down.
I want her to do it, not you.
Oh,
You get
ouch.
21 hit points back.
How many?
21 hit
She
points.
doubled my health.
Yeah, could have done.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
You're welcome. You didn't tell me what did that?
Kelly had a thing, and there was like a room with some big stones, and then like a ball this big floating. It was blue and zappy, and then like a shadow, and then like 3 drowned librarians.
Librarian.
Cannon. 3 librarians.
I've come for the uranium.
3 librarians.
Good
and
gosh.
they did most of this. The 3 of them.
I hope you left them worse.
Yes. When we sort of moved the big stones into where the stones were meant to go, they just kind of disappeared.
Sure.
I don't. It's been a long day. I haven't slept since yesterday.
Well, you're welcome to.
This tree still got shark holes.
I do also have. I just do also have shark. But oh yeah, also shark teeth.
Yeah, that doesn't look very nice.
It'll go with all the others eventually.
You'd see her sort of reach for her glass of whatever she's drinking from the decanter. She takes a sip of it. And she puts it down. Would you like some? It's better than that.
Sure.
And she pours. And she hands you a glass.
I'll slowly sip it.
It tastes like whatever appeals to Mason the most.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what that is?
Yes, please.
Pussy. Sorry.
It's like Blood Sarah.
I apologize.
That was really good. It's a joke I would make. I approve. Like a really fine wine.
You've got good taste.
Thank you.
Taste what you taste.
It's an enchantment of the.
Like, short thing, pen.
It's an enchantment of the brew. Is that it's designed to give you an insight into other people's tastes. So it's usually used in. I'll say she will tell you
Cocktail
this
making.
information. That it's a brew. It's
For
a,
meetings and such.
exactly for like meetings and sort of subtle subterfuge, and so just to gain that little bit more of an insight or.
It's a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not gonna give you a massive advantage, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It reminds me of the wine that I drank, or that I saved up to buy when I took my wife on our first date.
Cool.
Very specific wine that I don't know the name of because it doesn't exist.
Mhm.
Because it's a fantasy game.
Fancy
Fair.
one.
What?
Fair enough.
It's called flying.
Because it makes you feel like you're flying.
Yeah, she takes a sip of hers, or she downs the rest of it, and she says, "You're welcome to stay the night if you want." Then she gets up and, well, it's not night per se.
Afternoon delight.
But yeah,
I want to hear more of her stories of her travels.
Yep. Roll charisma check.
Also, you now notice a giant hole in her back.
Oh yes, you do. You will notice that there is
Like hold
a
on.
large yeah. It,
That's on the front. That's on the front.
it's
That was said completely innocently.
No, I took it innocently. It was
Table.
just.
it's a wound which it almost looks like there was some sort of an
Weird subplot where
something
she's
big
turning into a
ruptured
dolphin.
inside under the skin.
He's an animal.
Stop!
Go on.
Throwbacks today.
Yeah. First RuneScape, now animals. Fucking hell, dude.
On the plus side, she can only stay that way for 4 hours.
But yeah, you do know.
What happened?
Side effect of the tavern.
It breaks and you get hurt.
Roll a charisma check.
Oh boy!
Is that a 20?
That's
Yeah,
I can do one thing.
Yeah.
I can do one thing.
Talk to lady.
That's my
Mason,
stat.
Mason leans over and starts just like caressing the side of the wall.
Over the course of the rest of the afternoon,
Single finger down the banister.
over the course of the rest of the afternoon, she tells you like a little bit more in detail because like at first she told you that she won it in a game of chance against the owner of the Bloated Orca in thing. What she didn't tell you was that she cheated, and as a curse on the deed, she was bound to the the Blood Orca.
She is becoming an orca.
No.
Yeah, I know it. No, I see through it. No.
She's bound to the
So it's a
in
pyramid
itself.
scheme. It's a
Yeah.
pyramid scheme you can't get out of.
Yeah, she was bound to, like she was given the location of the franchise, but she's bound to the to this place and to the point where if it gets hurt or if it is destroyed, so is she. There is like it is
Yeah, mutually assured
Yeah.
destruction.
exactly.
Have you tried breaking that?
No, I've quite grown accustomed to it. I quite like having a place to call home. And
No, you don't.
I like to tell myself that I do. It makes things a bit easier. And is there anything else in particular that you're?
No, I just want to hear the stories of the adventures she had before she got tied down to this place.
Yeah, she tells you.
Chain.
Yeah, she tells you
Yeah,
stories. Yeah, she tells you stories of being on a boat where the captain was, where the captain made a pact with some sort of a being to save her sister, and the way the being fulfilled that pact was fused her to the bow.
Oh,
That's some spoopy shit.
Yeah. She says that the Fair Maiden, as it's called, is still it's a trade ship that still ports here every now and again, and she is very, very close friends with the captain because of very kind of similar circumstances.
Yeah.
She tells you of traveling to dwarven cities up north, Vigbaldur specifically, and how it looks quite it looks quaint on the outside in the sense that it just looks like a city that's been carved into the side of a mountain, and not to the extent of like a big fuck off city carved to the side of the mountain. It's like one big sort of building that's been carved out, and there's like a bunch of others around it. But when you go into the big citadel-esque thing that's been carved, it's an actual huge fucking network that goes deeper and under the ground and things like that. Similarly, she talks of the dwarven city of Uthrakil back on the continent of Meereen, which is the tallest peak of the mountain range, which has been hollowed out by the dwarves over centuries and centuries, where there's discs on the outside of the mountain where people stay, and on the inside there's mining and markets and slums in the bottom. And in the middle of it, there's this like the harbor, which sort of connects to the open ocean. And she talks about these mad, architectural wonders that she's seen.
Yeah. We talk for hours.
Yes, you talk for hours.
Can you let the others know that I'm okay?
We figured, man.
Yeah, you get
went
a,
upstairs.
I didn't tell
we
you-
heard,
I
we
didn't-
heard you going upstairs, and then
I'm light-footed. I don't stomp.
Okay.
There is no one else in this place. We can just hear like muted voices from up the top.
Yeah.
I imagine you probably can't.
Nah,
No,
you
actually,
can't.
that's true. Not from that space.
Maybe later.
Yeah. You see, like, there's a knock on your door, and as it opens, there's a housekeeping cart, kind of a thing with a singular note on it, letting you know that Mason is okay.
It's just a thumbs up.
Yeah, Mason is okay, and we'll be back later.
As that kind of comes in,
And it's
back
signed
into
Lux.
this room where we've just kind of been here discussing the
Yeah.
discussing outcomes and all the rest. Everything aside, I'm still I'm proud that you were able to complete your quest.
yes.
Yes.
Did you learn anything about your religion? I suppose.
No, I imagine that comes when I return to see name I'm blanking on temporarily.
Fibrig Vizar.
Yeah, Fibrig.
Would you be able to see him today?
I don't know. I'll swing by his house after work is finished for the day. I assume he'll probably be home then.
It's a fine plan.
We're glad you survived and all that.
So am I.
Just judging by what Mason looked like, it looked like it was a little bit more than sharks. Sharks with fingernails, perhaps.
You can also see on, like, very visibly on Callian, like, the skin on the... Yeah, there's, like, remnants of necrosis, almost like green... Like, the green of the leaves going, like, brown as
Yeah, right.
when they start
It
to
looks
dry
like you
out.
got like a really bad sunburn.
It was not entirely the kind of thing I was expecting, but
Yeah, I'll be honest, from what Fabrig described, and also just Fabrig, can't imagine Fabrig fighting 3 giant sharks and whatever.
I think the
else
sharks were
down
just a
there.
coincidence. I don't think they were part of it.
Just an extra.
Perhaps.
The rest of it, that was... Yeah. Well, it's done. And
Do you have more to do?
I mean, it's
Besides find your father, I suppose.
really up to me.
There are more places in the book.
There's a lot more places in the book, yeah.
Right.
Um,
There's always a chance we'll come close to them on the road.
Do you have to keep
Well-
on taking oaths?
I think the oath was just the once, but there's probably more trials. Don't know if they'll be the same or something new for each place. I imagine there'll be something.
And we are all sworn to this form of secrecy. Is that correct, as Fabrig described it?
In a way. I can't imagine. I mean, it's opposed to the Reserve and their ideals. I can't imagine any of you are jumping at the bit to go running into Voxmore and talk to
I
the
don't know
reserve.
what you're talking about. I love the reserve.
We got libraries.
It's the only good thing about it. Now they're kind of shit libraries, to be honest.
I have much in love for those. Knowledge.
We'll see. I mean, there's one in Ezrakas where we'll be for the ritual in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's good. That might be a chance to warm up. I don't know what we can expect with the next circle, but if Valier is truly wanting us to win, he'll pick something that favors us. What that might be, I'm not sure. That first fight went rather well, all things considered.
Did nearly die, but yes.
Maybe fighting is what we do best.
Oh, I mean, we've all grown since that first fight as well.
That's
That
true.
is true, yes.
There's a lot we can all do now that we couldn't before.
Make people's heads explode. Technically.
Well, I've got some more scribing to do before the day's out. And that's it, really.
Don't really have much to do, really.
Since Mason's off for the zone recovery, I'm gonna just dump my lay on hand into myself.
Cool.
Just like before I head off to
Yep.
to go after
February. Yep.
Would you
an hour after everyone's.
Would you like anyone to accompany you? I just kind of motion to the four silent ones.
I should be alright. I imagine it's just gonna be a lot of sitting and talking this time.
Fair enough.
Right.
Well,
We'll see you back later then.
I'll be back before the end of the night, yeah.
Right.
Callian.
Yeah.
What else did this place have in the library?
I'm not entirely sure. It was handwritten accounts from many things. Nothing. There's no labels or any of that. It's anyone's guess as to
Where they came from?
where it came from and what knowledge is there.
Right.
My only other question about this order of yours is, what's their intention with this knowledge? As I know, Voxmore, they hoard and protect knowledge of their own, from the masses, of course.
I mean, some of that is what I'm going to talk to Fabrig about.
Right.
For me, it was much more about the ideals that were noted in the place that I first found. That's more what drew me.
And that's what put you on this path.
Yeah. I don't disagree with some of what else I've learned so far. How much of it all I follow is, I guess we'll see.
Let's hope they're not Voxmore in a different skin.
I mean, there's always the chance that there's people like that among there. I mean, from what it looks, at least at some point, Silas was at least involved in some way. So
Maybe he was
anybody
good.
can turn bad at some point. He might have been a different person before his family was betrayed. Stone isn't
Sorry.
furniture. But yeah, I mean, if Silas was part of this, if
everything he seems to be now. That's everything that
Obviously,
I wanted to not be when I first found this.
Obviously, we can't judge a book by its cover and all that, but I think Silas kind of just radiates, I'm a big bad evil man in general.
I mean, it could be. It could. I don't know.
Just judging by how he treats his subjects, I suppose.
Yes.
Not exactly the nicest individual. Lots of more head popping than I would like for my.
That's definitely a negative point.
Yes.
If your boss pops your head open if you tell a lie, like you tell the truth, then maybe you should change careers.
Or if you think of them, it's the job security is terrible.
Yeah.
You can think about me all you like. Desist the 4 silent ones.
God, I didn't know who you were talking to.
Yeah, I thought for a second you were just saying that into the void.
yeah.
I thought you were talking to Silas. I was
Yeah,
like, sorry?
I haven't talked to him. Right, well, I'm probably going to be in here. I don't have plans to go anywhere else. There's only 4 of us now. I think it still would be safest if we took rooms together. I will leave each of these out on the hallway. Just so that there's an extra layer of protection. Yes.
Alright.
I'm sure Mason, well, we did get a... Is that a thumbs up?
Yes.
Is that what it is? Oh, right. Okay.
It's hitchhiking.
Yeah.
He's gone.
You don't think it was put on the wrong way and it was actually like a subtle sign that he's not okay?
No.
No, it's clearly underlined.
Ah, right, okay, that's what that is.
Like the 9
There's
on
like
the-
shading at the bottom of it, I see it. I see it now, it's just a perspective thing. Right, that's good.
Not a thumbs down with a hat.
I think he realised that I might think that it could have
Thumbs
been
down
a
with
thumbs up that was flipped the wrong way, and it's good. Good, he was thinking about that. I do read into things maybe a little bit too much sometimes.
Maybe.
Before we get too far into stories, I wish to tell Lux about what I'm saving for and what my dreams are with my boat.
Cool. She listens intently.
It says, when I eventually get there, I would be happy to have you as part of my crew.
It's going to be a party boat,
Yep.
gambling,
And she chuckles and sort of.
If she renovates the inn, does it cause like changes to her body? If she adds another floor, does she get taller?
Go to paint.
Cosmetic surgery.
Extends the back of it, her butt just goes.
Oh lord, the building thick.
If you turn the inn into a boat,
Those are some good foundations.
I'm going to spend the next 3 hours within
Yeah.
just working on completing Fireball,
Cool. Oh, nice.
the final book from Athenia's spellbook.
I want to see if I can find a map of the mountains, like specifically of that mountain range.
Okay.
So maybe I'll go out with Callian out when he leaves, and then just see if there's any map makers or
Yeah,
tourism places.
make an
He's
investigation
actually a
check.
mute cartographer.
Oh, that was a bounce there. Investigation 16.
Yeah. So.
So obviously we have the big map, but we don't have anything
You
specifically.
you ask around, and they're not like. What you get is that they're not necessarily mapped out for the sake of tourism or general use. It's there are sort of routes in there, but the only people that would know of the routes to take would be guides, and they usually charge for that service, so they don't hand out maps.
Like any of the trading guilds wouldn't have.
If the trading guilds had routes through the mountains, it would not be general knowledge.
We're not general people.
So no, just
No, in the
maps.
map. Yeah. So like, if you go, like, are you going to the keep and asking someone?
probably would if I couldn't find anything anywhere else.
Yeah. If you do go back to the keep, are you sort of going to, like, is there anywhere in
Go to the
particular?
quartermaster.
Yeah, I mean, the quartermaster, like, lets you know that there are. No, he's not very forthcoming with sort of information about that sort of thing. He's like, well, I'm not too sure. There might be, there might not be.
Helpful.
Yeah, so you're not able to find anything in particular, but you get the sense that if there was something, it wouldn't necessarily be very easily available. You might need to go quite high up to get that information.
Right. Well, hopefully these dudes know their way through the mountains. Hope so.
But if you mention that around the quartermaster, he will say, "Oh, the people that are, follow that are coming with you, they travel quite a bit through the mountains. Their entire thing is to like they're scouts, but they've also got like the stealthy scout people. So they will be able to navigate their way through there if need be.
In that case, I'll just go back and just sort of, I don't know, write my diary and shit.
Cool. Sweet. Callian, where are you going?
Gonna go visit Fabric after
Sweet.
a little while after closing time.
Yeah. You eventually make your way back to his little cottage. And as you get there, there's no flickering lights in the window, and the door seems to be slightly ajar.
Uh-oh.
I will approach.
Yep. You get up to the door without an issue.
Knock on the door and peek inside.
You peek inside, and the house is
Big.
as it was, and you can see where the little bowl of water that he dipped your pendant in. That seems to be sort of giving off a bit of a shimmer.
Sparkly water.
I close the front door behind me
Mm-hmm.
and approach the sparkly water.
As you approach the sparkly water and sort of look in, there is, the water itself is sort of rippling, and sort of, it almost looks like something about really, really small at the bottom of the bowl.
How big is this bowl? The same size as?
Yeah, around about the same size
Okay,
as.
it's a big
It's
ass
a
bowl.
big ass bowl, imagine the pensieve in Harry Potter.
So I totally pictured just like a chalice like about this big the first time we were there.
Like a bowl.
A basin.
A basin, that's right.
Yeah,
It's a basin.
That, mate.
It's a salad bowl.
I'm a basin matcher. I'm his brother.
And if I said chalice the last time, then currently there is a basin that you see that is shimmering.
Yeah.
Chalice.
Sure. Does it look like the same? Like, does it have like?
It does have a similar sort of symbol where it was it's a very similar looking bowl from what you saw back in the.
Can I make out whatever that small tiny thing is?
It seems too little to sort of. Like, are you attempting to make out what it is?
I mean, yeah.
Make a perception check.
19.
19, you start to look, and as you kind of do and blink, when you look around, you find yourself in just an empty sort of void. It's sort of just an expanse of grey with what looks to be a light, or a bright light of just a bright white light right in your vision. And you sort of standing there and kind of looking at it, you hear sort of next to you a multitude of voices almost speaking as one. I see you've taken off. And this is sort of, you hear just sort of a cacophony of voices speaking together. And as you look down, you see Fibrig standing there, his eyes sort of just glowing white, golden, sort of filigree. And you can see behind him these just wings of pure light as he just stands there, hands behind him.
Your oath is the noble one. I'm sure you have questions.
Even more now.
I take your oath. You have started your journey as a child of soul.
And they sort of point towards the glowing ball of light in the center of this grey void.
So what exactly does that mean then?
It means that you are a champion of free will, free thought. As your oath was of your own choosing, so shall your journey be. That book is a mere guide to find repositories. More information, more answers. This was but your first step.
Are you Fabric then? Or is Fabricus?
Yes and no. I am those that came before and all those that come after. I am the first child of soul.
And with that, we're going to end today's session and pick up there next time.